Okay, welcome guys, welcome. My name is Daz Tactic. We're going to be playing some Galactic Civilizations 4 Supernova. Actually, I do need to put a link in the description. Now, just bear with me, I'll just get set up. I'm not properly set up. Yeah, sorry, I'm just... I've had the flu for the last few days and my head is still a little bit groggy. Just let me put a link in here just so that you guys can grab the game if you're interested. So I've got a... now I'm just going to have to try to figure out... there's always this crazy thing where you can... hang on, where can I pin that one? Pin the message. There we go. Should be it. Message pinned. Yep. All right. So link at the top of the description if you do want to grab the game. Welcome. I think we're up and running. It looks like everything is sort of working, so that's okay. My apologies about my throat. It has been yeah. I've had the flu pretty bad for the last couple of days actually, which has hit me pretty badly. So I'm sort of out of bed today. Well, not, I've been lying down anyway. Just been watching TV for the last couple of days. But my yeah, unfortunately my throat has gone a little bit, so hopefully that will hold out. Hi Tenru, how you going? Is it time for Space Emperor Dazlon the Fourth? No, it's just we're going to be continuing on playing the Torians, I think. I'm at work right now. They think I'm working, but I'm actually watching this. This is JV. Oh, well, that's good, I guess. I mean, it is the weekend. You shouldn't be working. Anyway, let's just go back in. By the way, with any of this... one of the things I really like about being able to do this as a live stream is that we're going to be, like, if you guys have got specific questions, I'm going to be able to then deviate off and actually sort of then do more in-depth sort of look at different things. So, yeah, ask questions, ask away. Anyway, let's just go back across. I'm just going to go and continue. Now, I did actually record a bit more than what I had uploaded to YouTube, and I don't mind sort of starting a bit deeper into the actual game itself for the simple reason that the war hasn't started yet, and I always find that's probably one of the most interesting parts to be in. The tension is rising, but the actual war hasn't started. So this is almost for me where I would like to start a series, and I think to start a live stream like this, I think is also good. So let's just get into it. I'll do a bit of a summary as to where we are, so that if you're not up to speed with what's going on, at least we can sort of then cover everything and sort of see where we are. So we'll do a deep dive into it. Of course, this is Galactic Civilizations 4 Supernova. Awesome Space 4X game. Like, it's really incredible, actually, and it's just gotten better and better. We're playing with the 2.3 version, which is the War and Peace version, where we end up with a lot of differences with the way that the AI... In fact, let's maybe start there. If we go down into diplomacy, and we've only come across a few of the actual factions, so... If we just go through, we'll start with this one here. This one is the corporate sector. And so the corporate sector is one that we're trying to be friendly with. And so when we have a look at this, I forget where it shows up, but there's more information now than what there was, but I don't think we see it yet. When there's decisions to be made, it's more exposed. Tenor is saying, I got to say, I like the impression that the main menu gives. The art and immersion in this game is great, way better than Distant Worlds 2. I've got to say, yeah, the user interface and the user experience in this game is like this. I can't think of another Space 4X at least that is even close to it. Like, it's it feels, it reminds me of Age of Wonders, like in the sense that it's actually energizing to play it, and I really like that. So I find this is one of these games that I can play without feeling fatigued at all. Whereas nearly every other Space 4X feels the user interface is really quite dark and dull. Whereas this one, it's bright, but everything works with the brightness. So I agree with you. It really is. It really is amazing, and it's just getting better and better. Like, just all these little things that are changing, even with the little numbers, for example, showing you when you've got income and outgoing, so you can sort of see at a glance what's going on. It's just little things that make such a big difference in the end. And I know that Stardock spend a hell of a lot of time really just finessing this sort of stuff, which is, as I say, really, it's exceptional. And I think the user experience and user interface are in the game are really something that is, for me, it just makes the game, not only is it a great game, but it makes it more enjoyable to play it because of that. So anyway, so corporate sector, we're trying to be friendly with them. So we have an open border treaty, which is good. We're trading with each other, and we supported their claim. Like there was some other thing that had come up. So we've got a little bit of going towards the positives with them, which is good. So we want that to be an ongoing warm relationship with them. The next one we have across is the Zoloxy. Now, they will ultimately be an enemy, I think. We did actually have an open borders treaty with them, and we're outside of their travelling range at this stage. So they can afford to be friendly with us. But you can see the little smiley face back over through here. This one here is just sort of non-committal, but it is tending towards the positive, but that won't stay in positive for very long. So Bosco's saying, hey Daz, just checking in to say hello before starting my first game of Dom 6. I'll have fun with that. And Redigar's saying the combat and ship designing is always ends up turning me away from Galciv. Oh, really? I can't understand the combat. The ship designing, it has changed a lot. Particularly in the last 6 months. I know that and I think that it's going to be one of those things. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the Warlords expansion, because that for me is going to be probably the most exciting DLC of the year of any game for me. Is going to be the Warlords expansion to see what they do with combat. Because I agree with you that the combat itself has been a little bit. It started off being really, really hands-off. At least now there's a little bit, and hopefully in this episode we're going to be able to plan a little bit ahead. In fact, I think we have to anyway. So when we get into analysing where we are with the Drengin, we're going to have to then sort of work our best way to actually then sort of be able to cater for them. So so I think that the game is certainly heading towards an area where the combat is going to become more and more important. It already has been a lot. So hopefully we'll be able to have a look at that in this episode. But I don't know exactly what's coming with the Warlords expansion, but I know that you're going to be able to set up your own classes and your own distinctions and how they're going to be able to then sort of target. So I'll still be an auto battler, but I think there'll be more agency and more choice with the way that you actually handle the auto battles, which I think will be good. Redigar's saying, I'm looking forward to Warlords. I'm really looking forward to that one. So Tenor is saying, I wish I could swap out Age of Wonders 4 with Galaxy 4 in my Steam library. Age of Wonders 4 was such a letdown for me. Yes, I still really like that game too. Okay, then we've got the Drengin, and this is really going to be the big enemy for us. You can see they're hostile. Everything is going negative. The house rule I've got is that whenever there's a choice, we don't placate them at all. We always sort of go negative with them. So cultural differences are -1. You refuse to release Zugoz, which was one of their generals, I think, that we'd captured or something, or something like that. We haven't been at war with them, but it was just an event that came up, and so that sort of has set them in a negative train. We wouldn't support them with another diplomatic thing, and also you refused our trade offer. So we've done that a few times. So we're not going to be trading with them, and I do want to go to war with them, even though they're much stronger than what we are. So that we're going to have to sort of plan for the eventual combat with them, with a subpar military force, which is what we're going to have at the start. So that's sort of where we are. Sorry about my voice, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I do have I've just had the flu, and it's I'm still just getting over it, and unfortunately my voice went. It's been like this for the last couple of days. CB is saying, hey Daz, on my second game of Dom 6 while watching, was going to play some Galaxy 4 since the update, but since then you and Battle Mode jumped in on the Dom 6 train, and I had to try it out. There's so many good games coming out at the moment, so many good games. Anyway, let's get into it. So we've got the... So with the Drengin Empire, they're going to be an enemy, and we're basically been pushing them down. So that was the one house rule I had for myself, was to play the Torians and try to I have the Drengin in the game, and I didn't realise they were going to be so close to where we were, but they're our next door neighbour, and so we are at war with them. Now, if you don't know the backstory of the way that it sort of works, I've just got click on done. And I should just press escape. But if we just go back across into the data bank, The Torian regimes, once the slaves of the Drengin Empire, the Torians now strive to rebuild their once great civilization. Possessing a keen survivor's instinct, Torians are willing to work with even the most undesirable forces if it means securing their future, which is actually a really cool way of looking at them. It's sort of one of these things where I never rated them much. I've never played them in any other previous Gal Civ games because they just seem so docile and boring, but they're actually not. I've come across them a few times now where they've actually really dominated the game. So I was looking forward to playing them this time, and so I think this is my first time playing them. I may have played them once before in one of the earlier versions of the game, but I don't remember it. So we're the homeworld is Toria. We've called ourselves Daz Torius, and it's aquatic worlds and stuff like that we sort of like. The civilization abilities, just to quickly go through it, we are fertile, so we do start off with 2 additional workers, and population grows 25% faster. This is actually massive in the game. It allows us to build up quickly in the early game, and what that also then means is we can essentially expand out. We should be able to expand out faster and further than anyone else initially, and then we have to catch up militarily. And that's where we are right now in the game. Unwavering is that the colony is much harder to culture flip and access to the unbroken spirit technology. So this is important as well because I'm really bad at setting up the influence. And so by having this one, it's going to protect my own bad habits in the game. Biology, aquatic. So aquatic species live most of their lives deep in the oceans, giving them access to several unique aquatic techs. They can colonize oceanic worlds with no penalty. So this is a double-edged sword because it means that if you only settle aquatic worlds, you're going to have a very easy time in the game in terms of... yeah, actually, just saw that Jenner is saying, is this race called Daz ET? It looks like it, doesn't it? But with the aquatic worlds, though, so if we do get them, we do get benefits by being on an aquatic world, but we get slight negatives by not being on non-aquatic worlds. And I have had to settle all sorts of different worlds in this particular run through. In fact, I think I've only got the one home world, which is aquatic, I think. And so that essentially means that we end up needing to cater for, we have to sort of override some of the negativities that go on in the non-aquatic world. So it means that we have to almost go to the lowest common denominator with our worlds. Our civilization traits have got explorers, so we can travel a little bit further and fast. So our ships will move a little bit faster, and this is going to be important for us as well. Let's look at the timeline and just go through what's actually happened so far. So you can see that all 4 factions are fairly close in terms of faction power. Like if we just turn ourselves on or off, technically we're now winning at the game at this point in time. I don't know what happened in here. I must have got another planet or something. I can't remember what actually happened there. The Drengin of the red, so they're going to be essentially the danger for us. So they're coming back up. Now the faction power is a combination of everything altogether. If you look at economic power, the Drengin are terrible economically, but that doesn't really worry them because they've got a completely different play style. We're coming essentially third at this stage, so we're not doing too much better than the Drengin, and we should be up near the others really. So that's a bit of a problem for us. Military power is where the Drengin normally they'd be miles out in front. Now is that us? No, we're down below the Drengin. I was thinking, oh, that might be us up there, but no, that's the Zoloxy? Yeah, that's the Zoloxy. Now, they're pirates, basically. So they're going to be getting all sorts of weird and wonderful ships and things at this stage of the game. And if they turn against us before we're ready, that could be a problem. But we're going to have to deal with the Drengin first. So if the Zoloxy are in a different sector of space, so they don't really have access to us, not easily anyway. That would be a problem if they were close to us, but... you can see we're coming down the bottom here, and a long way down. This is probably the best way in terms of what's actually happening through here. And so something's happened here where the corporate sector has had a loss there for some reason, which is interesting. This is good as well. Like when you hover over it now, you're getting a lot more information, like the relations. It's showing you what's actually happening there. So we're getting the summaries as we sort of look at these different things. That's what I mean. The user experience and user interface in this game is really becoming so good. Population-wise, we should be out in front. I'll just put the Zoloxy back on. Yeah, Zoloxy are close to us, but we're way up here. So because we managed to expand, because of that initial expansion that we end up getting. So that's one thing I love about the game as well, is that they've, like particularly with this version of the game, they've been able to split out every single faction to play very, very uniquely, and it just works. It just works so well. Influence. Now, where are we? We are coming first. Okay, so we're at the front out through here. So influence is essentially our expansion through through space, like to take up space territory. This is important for us for another reason, which I'll show you in a minute when we get into the actual map. Manufacturing. Now you can see here, this is where the Drengin are going to be able to absolutely smash things, because they're going to be able to, even though they've got a terrible economy, their economy is way down here, the manufacturing is always going to be great because they've got sort of like slave labor. Their home world is essentially a massive slave labor camp, and so they can pump out stuff really, really quickly, which means that militarily, that's why they always do well militarily. And this illustrates so well how the different factions do perform. It's really quite interesting. Research-wise, they're going to be doing fairly poorly. We should be doing okay with this here. We're now hitting the lead with research. This is something that you'd expect, and you'd expect the others to be down the bottom through here. The Zoloxy are actually doing pretty well here. I didn't think they would be. The corporate sector is sort of further down. They're down with the Drengin. Approval, we're going to be coming down towards the bottom here because of the difficulty factor that we're playing on. And at the Treasury, everyone's sort of just plodding along really with whatever they can get their hands on, and then prestige as well isn't really going to matter that much with what's going on. We are coming out in the lead here, but it doesn't really matter that much. So the big ones really are going to be military power, which, as I say, there's Zoloxy miles ahead at the moment. The Drengin will leap ahead there again, and I just don't know what's happened here. It happened must have happened in the last turn. We've played 37 turns at this stage of the game. So that's one big thing. We need to counter this because they will accelerate. They'll catch up with the Zoloxy very, very quickly, and we need to somehow be able to challenge that. And we only have a small amount of time to be able to really figure out what to do, and so we need to start off by doing that. Reports, so yeah, we won't bother going through each of these. We can sort of see where they sort of come in the grand scheme of things, which is great. The stats, again, we can sort of see where our rank is in different things. Don't really need to know that one so much. This is just a list of the actual core worlds that we have. So we've got 5 of those. And you can see we've got a lot of shipyards, except for in this last one, in Handball 1. So we'll have a look and see what's happening with that one as well. And then finally we've got treaties as well. So we've got open borders treaties with the Zoloxy and also with the corporate sector. And so we need to promote the corporate sector, particularly if they've lost ships. That's interesting, actually. If we just go back to diplomacy and look at the diplomacy graph, and just have a look at basically the corporate sector. Yeah, so they're trading with them. The Zoloxy aren't trading with anyone, actually. That's interesting. I mean, they've got nothing that they've got with anyone really. So it's not them that are having any sort of problem. They're just the corporate sector is still actually working with the Drengin. So we have to get in front of that somehow. So anyway, that's going to be interesting to sort of see what does happen there. Just click on done. Right, so what the hell was that one? There's something that happened there. Oh, this is... Okay, we're just watching the end of a turn play out. Oh, these are space monsters. All right, so we've got space monsters in through here. This is the Handball fleet, which has got like a group of space creatures, and that's another group of space creatures. Now, it looks like they attacked something. This is a control relic that we actually have over through this other side. I don't think that they can really challenge us. This here is our flagship, so it just moved out of the way of these. But we have established a few little areas in space that we do control. We control a lot of resources, and we control a hell of a lot of food as well. Let's have a look at the actual sector itself. So you can see there that we control pretty much all of this, and extending out even into here as well. Like we've actually got a couple of planets back over this other side, and then more planets down this way, and we're sort of extending now out this other side as well. There's the move across to where the Zoloxi are. So actually, here we go. We can actually now see the others, even though we can't actually get to see them. Now that's interesting. That's a Drengin. No, is that a Drengin? No, it's not Drengin. I thought there was another Drengin group that was back in through there, but it's not. The Zoloxi certainly know their way through the subspace portal. We don't at this stage, but that's where they're coming from. So that's going to be essentially, if this does open up, this is where there could be a massive threat. So we'll need to sort of be aware of this as well, just as we sort of go through. So looking at it strategically, there's one thing we should also then do, just before there's so much to go through. If we go and talk with these guys and speak to, like this, we only get to do this while we're not at war. Once we go to war, we lose a lot of stuff. And so we're not going to trade with them, but we can find out information just by doing this. So I have a trade proposal for you. So they're not very receptive to anything at this stage. But what it does do is that we can see what ships they've got, for example, what strategic resources they have, things like that. So I think what we'll do is we'll do a bit of a comparison and just sort of see what they've actually got there. They've got in terms of their money, like they've only got 18 credits, so they've got hardly any money. We've got a lot more that we can spend, so that's one good thing about where we are currently right now. They've got strategic resources. They've got antimatter and Illyrium, so they can, that's what we know of at this stage. So they can build missiles and beam weaponry, and we've got pretty much the same sort of deal there. We've got a lot more antimatter than what they've got. We've got Illyrium as well, a lot of it. We've got Durantium. Now, Durantium is not on offer from their side of things, but we know that they've got it because they rely on it. Durantium is incredibly important for the Drengin. Hi, Kay Shizzle, how are you going? The Drengin homeworld relies on it makes Durantium because it uses Durantium for a lot of different things that the Drengin actually end up doing. So Durantium is incredibly important to them. So getting hold of the Durantium market for us is going to be really, really critical. But we've got a lot of other things as well that they don't actually have. None of these, they've got no modules that they will offer us at this stage, so they're not even on the cards. So that's interesting as well. It sort of shows that they've pretty much at this point got no reserves of being able to build star bases or anything like that, other than what we can find in space. Now the ships are the interesting thing because we get to see these at the moment, and so we get to see what class of ships they've got. Now we don't have to worry about the probe ships. The seed ships we don't have to worry about as well, unless we start to see a lot of them. And I don't think they've got a lot of ships. I mean, we've got 4 ships. That's what we've got. So that's us versus them at this stage. So this is where we are struggling, and we have to now come back and be able to compete with them in space. So this is where it becomes interesting playing as the Torians against someone like the Drengin, who are much more powerful. So they've got like a fighter craft. If we have a look and see what their classifications are, they've got a siege ship, which is not really a combatant ship. We're going to have to, if their normal ships can break our ships and get to the home worlds, then their siege ships will start to, they'll be able to then take our worlds. So we have to be able to protect against all of these other ships. But what have they got? The Enforcer is a fighter craft. It has got a beam attack. Beam of 3.5, so that's pretty good. A shield strength of 1.2 and an armor rating of 1.2 as well. So it does actually have a little bit more there than what you'd expect from a fighter, to be honest. Like, that's a pretty good fighter design at that sort of rating. So that's something that is going to be hard for us to counter, like one for one. So that's the fighter craft they've got. Now they've got one. I might have a look through and see how many they've got. What's the Fangless? That's a freighter. That's okay. All right, so everything else is thug class. I've only got one of those. That's interesting. I've only got one of those. Got lots of probes. That's okay. They're not really, they're non-combatants. Then they've got the thugs, which are the bombers. So they've got a lot of thugs. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of those. So they've got 11 thug ships. So that's going to be the main thing we're going to have to counter. And if we have a look at this one here, this has got a missile attack of 2.3. It's still got the shield of 1.2 and the armor of 1.2. So it does have armor and shielding on it. Again, this is going to be the one that we're going to have to sort of rip through. Now, the way that it works with combat in the game, which is something that it's interesting the way it does actually function, is the bombers will go after the bigger ships first, and not the fighter craft. The fighters themselves will go after other fighters first, and then take on the bombers, and then go after the whatever ships are available. The frigates will go after the bombers first, and then go after the like I think it goes bombers, and then either other frigates or cruisers or something. So it sort of goes after bigger ships. Anyway, we'll be able to see that as we go through. But interesting to know that they've put all of everything into these bombers. So that's what they've got. Now they've got that one's even better. This is a Mark II number 8. So they started off by building these, which have only got like a combat rating of 2. Whereas these bottom ones here, like the Mark IIs that they've got, and they've got 8 of those versions, are up to 3. So they only have missile attack. They've got Helios rockets. The tech has given them a +1, so they've got 3.5 missile attack. All right, and they've still got the 1.2 shield and armor. Okay, that's what we're up against. So that's what we have to counter. So we'll just say goodbye, because that's what we can only really have a close look at that while we're in this phase of the game until we actually go to war with them, and it won't be very long. So just click on done to close that one down. So that's where they all are. Now the interesting other things about them is going to be that they've got certain areas, like this is, for example, going to be one of their space bases where they've got the this is it's picking up antimatter from in through here. There'll be an antimatter in there and another one over here somewhere, I would guess, just before they're picking up through that other side. So yeah, there's antimatter coming from there, and there must be another one somewhere else, I would assume. They've got another one over through here to pick up Illyrium, so that's where they're getting Illyrium from. They've got a planet back over through here. Now, one of the interesting things with the Drengin is that they struggle with food. So this is again it's a poor world. It gives them 1 extra food. Not really an important world, to be honest, except that it's close to this subspace gateway. So that's important for us to sort of keep that into account. Then we've actually, what's that ship? Whose is that? Oh, that's one of their constructors. So they've got another constructor heading off somewhere else. All right, so who knows where that's going? That's one of our probes. Hopefully, well, it's probably going to go over to here, I would guess. Yeah, that must be where it's heading to get more Illyrium, I would imagine. Like it's anyway. Let's have a look more at what they've got inside their actual core worlds. And so this is the Drengin system, the Drengi system, this is the Drengin system with the planet Drengi. Now, interestingly, with Drengi itself, it only makes 4.7 food. Like, it's a really poor food planet. It's a volcanic world, and so Cassius was saying them Drengin just a bunch of thugs. They are. But if you're ever playing like in a game against them, they've always got this weakness. They've always got this weakness. So they've always got the strength of having like super combat ships and stuff like that. They're going to have heaps of them. But they have the problem of food. And because their home world is a volcanic world, which means that they don't have a lot of food on the home world. So they rely on the other worlds around it. And when we have a look at it, we've got a little world over here. And this is, every time you play the Drengin, they always start off with this sort of system. But you can see they're feeding 1 food in from Grathus, which doesn't really do a hell of a lot. That's a pretty crappy world. And then they've got 1 food over from here from Mohar, which again is a really crappy world. We don't care about that one. But look at this one here. This is 18 from Kona. So this is where all of their food comes from. This is their food world. If we go to war and can stop the food supply, that's going to do amazing things. But we're going to have to get there. That's a long-term goal. But this here, Kona, is the key to taking on the Drengin. They really can't do a hell of a lot. Without like Kona itself is just a is not a core world. It's just a what is it called? Just a colony. So it's just feeding it essentially the food. So all that food gets fed into Drengin and or Drengi, and then Drengi then sort of translates that across into actual food. But that's where we ultimately have to get to. But in the meantime, we're going to have to then deal with what they're going to be able to build, and they're going to still be able to build a lot more quickly than what we can, because being a volcanic world, Drengi is really geared for output. It can sort of build a lot of what is it, like a lot of ships basically. is the simple way of putting it. We're back over here at Toria. Now we've got the small worlds of like Pearl back into here, just sort of feeding back into Toria. We've got Deep as well, feeding back into Toria. So Toria is our capital, and you can see there that we've got like a lot more food that comes natively on Toria, so we don't have the same negative. But the problem we have is we don't produce as much as what Drengi does. So again, every single faction just plays so uniquely. Now, all the other different places, what we need to do is we need to start to focus, and I think I may have already started to design the ships that we need to build. Let me have a quick look and see if... Oh, hang on, is that a pirate ship? No, that's one of the... this is an independent group. I'm trying to play very, very friendly with everyone except for the Drengin. That's the house rule. Now, these guys have taken over this particular... I did want to get the Akamar world at one stage. This is actually controlled by the corporate sector. And but we do actually control the Promethean from in here. This is one of our areas. This hasn't caused any problems with them at this stage. But we are going to have to look after ourselves in this little area in through here. One thing you'll notice that I'm trying to do around the place is that I'm trying to build military star bases now. So the military star bases, if we have a bit of a look at this one, what it gives you a number of different sorts of things. So if we hover over this one here, it gives any ship that's inside the area gets a +1 beam, +1 kinetic, and +4 missile attack from the military star base. So it does give it a dedicated starbase to protecting your civilization and assets. And is that where it shows it? There should be a bonus. That's not the same bonus, I don't think. I'm reading this wrong incorrectly somewhere. Influence. That's what I can build on it. It's not actually showing me what I can do with the others. What I should do, I was just click on done because I didn't think it was that high, to be honest. If we have a look at this is one of our little ships, just a little pincer ship. Yeah, but we don't actually have the, we only got the +1. One armor, one shield. What if that's been changed? Because you can see that the beam attack is up. They do give a bonus, but I can't see where that actually is. Yeah, that's actually what it's got itself. Combination of firepower, fire rates, and hit points indicating general battle effectiveness. But they do give a bonus as well to everything else. Let me have another look at this. I can't remember where it used to tell you what the actual amounts were that would sort of add to everything else as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not the... I may be wrong about that. I can't recall now. My mind has gone blank. Now that group there is also one of the Freya fleets, which is which one are they? Yeah, I think these are from here. I think. Oh no, that's different again. I'm not sure what this group is. Not them. Anyway, let's just we'll sort of just get everything sort of we've got planets are under threat, we do need to sort of start to build things up. So if we have a quick look and see, we're building a thing called the Hermit Crab in through here, which is essentially the Hermit Crab is our constructor. So we're trying to build more constructors. We've got ourselves a design called the Beamer. And so the Beamer is actually in through here, which is actually a frigate. So this is one that we had, like that I have actually sort of designed up. And then we've got things, for example, like the pincers back and through this other side, which are just, these have been designed by the game. So these are just very, very small fighter ships. The reason I've gone for fighters, and in this case, the Beamer is a frigate, is because of the bombers. Because we basically want to be able to defend well against the bombers, and like, because they will attack the frigates before anything else, and then we want to have the fighters rip them apart. And so the way that we can do that one, actually, what are the beak? The beaks are actually, these are bomber craft as well, so we do need to sort of keep a few of these happening. Now the beaks are just going to have the missile attacks. So they've got missile attacks that are going to be going up against the bigger ships of the Drengin once they start to get them. But initially, I probably don't even need to get those, you know? Like, I think I can actually just get away. I wanted to get like a group of 5 like this to be on every single planet. So this is going to be this is going to be our basic protection for the systems. So we have to start to sort of build these fairly effectively. Let's have a quick look at the Beamer design. Don't know if we can have a look at that one. If we just go across, I'll just click on done and just go back into the ship designs. And if we have a look at these different things as well, like if we go and have a look at the fighters will always go against other fighters, then bombers, then capital ships and frigates. The bombers go against capital ships, cruisers, frigates, then fighters. So the last thing they target is a fighter. The frigates target bombers, fighters, frigates, and then other cruisers. And we haven't got to cruisers yet. So cruisers are still not anything we have in the game at this point in time. So at the moment, we have to get rid of those bombers. That's really what we're sort of going to be targeting. So that's why having fighters is probably going to be more important than anything. If we have a look at the Beamer, so this is our Beamer ship, which is essentially built with. Actually, where's the summary? The summary is back over through here. We've got a heap of beam attacks on this thing. So this is the frigate that we designed up. Heaps of shield strength and a fair bit of armor strength as well, just to be able to try to wear off the different attacks that are going to be coming in from the bombers. Now the missile attacks are not all that accurate, but they will be targeting these ships a lot. So if there's a swarm of those bombers, the frigates are going to cop it. So I haven't gone with anything tricky with the actual beam attacks themselves. These are just normal old lasers and like just particle beams, essentially, is what we actually have through here. You've got a particle beam in through there. They do the same damage. I don't know. I think that there might be a bit of a bug with that because they're exactly the same specs. The lasers and the particle beams have both got mass of 4, manufacturing cost of 5, 2 beam attacks, and 90% accuracy. We do actually have double deflectors on these things, so extra shielding, and we've got hull plating as well. I could have gone with even more evasion to try to sort of avoid the missiles, but we'll see how this one goes. Anyway, that's sort of where we are with the actual ship design itself. So at that stage, we're now just sort of trying to build up. Now we've got a few different other worlds, like this one here is trying to build up supply ships. We're trying to build this particular world up to go back in and fix itself up and sort of get it get things built on the worlds. All of the worlds are in an early stage at this point in time of development. We're still just trying to sort of get our manufacturing districts up, supply depots and things like this. We're still a long way off really getting too far into the game. Toria is the most advanced of all the worlds at this stage. Nike is sort of way at the back through here, but nearly everything is now just building supply ships, just so that they can actually feed their homeworld, which I'll talk about when we get in there as well. And I've been trying to get military star bases in around my homeworlds. So like this one here, for example, another military star base in through there, which protects all of the worlds that we have in through here. So once we end up with the groups in through the side, the military star base will just make them punch above their weight a little bit. And yeah, and then we've got these two worlds back over through here again. only got the one like the other one here. Again, more supply ships, just trying to get them to feed into here. This one here is only recently sort of come in. We do have the next, like we're trying to build up the planetary generator to start with. Now I could buy these. What would be the cost of that? Rush. It's only 125. I might do that one. It's going to save me a lot of time. And that way we can just go straight in and start to build the next shipyard as well. It's going to be very important that we try to sort of keep up with with them. I may even spend another couple of hundred actually. We'll just go into each of these and just see. This one is going to be the Monsantium deposit. Manufacturing wise, I mean, if we have a quick look and just click on done for a second and just go back to the actual data bank list and just go back to our core worlds and just have a look at the manufacturing that they all do. You can see there that Toria is miles out in front at 23. So we don't need to rush things there. But the others really are struggling in terms of what they can then go and do. So Cassius is saying, are the corpos going to culture flip your planets? No, they won't, because we're pretty we're resilient to it, and we will actually be able to then get other bases and things to sort of make that sort of work. So it's very hard to culture flip a Torian planet, extremely hard. And we'll be able to build up our own influences there anyway. It's not really what the corporates do. They're more interested in the trade and stuff. So they shouldn't really have a concern. I don't really want to be culture flipping their planets either. That's just going to cause issues with them. Yeah. So anyway, we're miles out in front here with manufacturing. So it really does just come down to these. I mean, Handball 1, building the shipyard. It's not really critical. Yeah, Monsanto deposit, not really interesting. The manufacturing district there. I mean, I could go into that one there and just have a quick look and see, you know, if I built this one directly, it's going to cost me 79. Let's just go and do it. Supply depot will be the next one then. Just click on done. Yeah, so that's going to be a little bit better ultimately. But yeah, we just got to get all of this production has to go up a long way. Use supply ships from Toria to boost the manufacturing on the other cores. Yeah, I can do that as well, but then I'd still need to somehow build up. I need to get to a point where I'm challenging correctly for the Drengin. So I need to build up the military because I've got no military at all. So anyway, let's just end our turn. Okay, Stellar Sanctuaries. Looking for the perfect cosmic community. Discover the top 5 galactic civilizations with the highest citizen approval ratings, offering safe and thriving environments for raising a family amongst the stars. There we go. So the Drengin are way out in front. We don't even rate. So because we've taken things other than what was I going to say? Other than the oceanic worlds. All right. So here we go. So we've got the, let's just see what we've got in this one here. So Hermit Crab is now complete at Skybridge. The 5 foreign ships in your territory. So we've got a group. This is those space creatures. Now we should be okay with there. Yeah, that's that group there. These are nothing we have to worry about. That's just part of that group there. Now that is a Drengin freighter making its way through. I'm just going to let it do its thing. It's nothing to really worry about. So we've got those back through there, and then we've got a survey started back over here as well. So just click on done. I'm pressing the arrow keys, but it's not the arrow keys that we need. So what I need to be doing is I need to be making sure that anything that's under threat needs to have a military starbase nearby. And so probably this one over through here would be the next one that we want to send that one across to. So we'll just grab the Hermit Crab ship and just move it over. Now there's not really much around there that needs much. That's an Ascension crystal. Let's just keep this one sort of fairly central. So we'll sort of get it to where we can protect this if we go after this particular artifact as well. Now, we don't know where that other Drengin ship was heading as well. Like, I would like to try to keep track of where this thing is moving. Like, it is moving out towards this area. I'm not going to worry about them getting those sorts of things at this stage. We're not going to be able to really take on their bigger stuff anyway for a little while. We're going to be having to play defensively for a minute. All right, so here we go. We've got the research center. God, there's so much in this game, isn't there? I mean, it's just really, it's sort of, everything's just, there's like so many of the different mechanics sort of interweave really nicely across everything. So we now need to try to figure out, which one of these we sort of do need. So it allows us to convert Durantium into raw production. We do have a Durantium income, but I'm going to be needing it for other things, so I don't really want to be doing too much for that one. Direct energy weapons allows construction of basic energy weapons. So this one does allow us to then get essentially the better quality weapons. And then we've got the xenobiology as well. Allows us to make our worlds house more people. Now this may not be what we want. Okay, so xenomanufacturing is. Hang on, 2 months remaining. Why did it say? Oh, sorry, that's what it's got selected. I was getting. God, really, my mind feels like it's full of cotton wool. I do apologise if I'm not being very articulate with what I'm saying. Anyway, let's continue on. So we want to go to the tech navigator because we want to still plan ahead, and we're getting to a point in the tech tree where certain things are going to give us certain abilities that may or may not cost too much. We're better off going for the 50% bonus we have over here than going for something that's going to be expensive over here and just hope that we get it at some point. But sometimes some of these things are so important you just have to go for them. And if we have a bit of a look at this, in the engineering area, this is one thing I think could be better with the game, is it does sort of show it a little bit. It's hard to sort of pick up where where your tech has got to. Like, for example, we've got this one already, but it's hard to sort of pick where the divide is. I wish there was a better way of showing that. Like this, we've got this one, but not this one, for example, and we've got this one, but not this one. So it's really what they open up. Now, I did want a beeline originally to get the constructors because we have needed them to be able to sort of protect our assets and to also claim assets as well. The space elevators we've got, which is important for our ship manufacturing. Xenomanufacturing allows us to convert uranium into raw production, but what does it then lead to? Fusion power plants. So it leads to the uranium processor. Where's the level of our manufacturing districts? Okay, and then we've got upgrade hang on, that's upgrade manufacturing. What's this one do? The uranium processor costs 3 uranium. Minerals +1. Pollution goes up by 10%. Your manufacturing goes up by +4%. And it does give an adjacency level bonus of +2 to manufacturing and military. I do want to get the... now, that was there. Space elevators does give us these, and I'm thinking that that's probably all we need at this stage, so we don't really need to go that way. If I go back to colonization, so I'm up to here, then we go for the medicine and the better food, which we don't need just yet. So we don't need this at this point in time, so we don't need to go that way. Then we've got quantum computing and precursor archaeology. We don't really need either of those either. Then we go to warfare. So I'm just looking at the zeros through here. Now we do have the Avenger missile system. We have the directed energy weapons we can actually unlock, but one of the problems we have right now is that we don't have evasive tactics. And this one here opens up armor and the deflection theory. And we're going to need those. So that's important for us. Is it more important than what we can already get? We'll have a look at that when we go back. But that's probably the one that we do need to get, just to open up these other areas so we can get better shielding. That's going to be, and also better armor. That's going to be important for us. Now we also have space doctrine. This got us the frigate class. We got that one, but then we need to get orbital ship assembly. This one does allow us for to get starship refits, which is very important. Not initially, but it will be. The capacity goes up as well by 10% on the ships, which allows us to redesign, but again, not really important yet. Oh, sorry, the capacity goes up, then we get the starship refits. Then we can get the battle cruisers. I'm going to wait for that one to just arrive because we're going to be having to play defensively anyway. Then we've got governance. Now, we haven't gone very far along this way. I haven't really bothered with any of the ships we get either. The ships the Torians get aren't that great. Emissaries improves your diplomatic capabilities and allows us to recruit more commanders. So there's things in here that would be nice. That would be good as well. I think, again, I'm just going to wait for these to come up. So I think really when we go back to it, evasive tactics is really important. But I can get this in 2 and then hope that this one comes along, which I think I might do. That one as well I'm half interested in. I think we'll just do Zeno. Like this one is, the military advisor is requesting this one. Science advisor is requesting this one, and then the economic advisor is requesting xenobiology. But let's go with xenomanufacturing. Oh, that reminds me, actually, I've just got to do my, just go and click on done. So with 2 turns, we get that one. Our leaders. I don't have a Minister of Colonization or of Tourism. So increases approval on all core worlds except for your home world based on the social skills of the assigned minister. This is critical. This is absolutely critical. So what have we got? We've got a 5, a 3, recruitment. We've got a 4, a 3, a 3. That's terrible. On the governors, we've got a 7, an 8, a 10. That's not bad at all, is it? There's us with 20, and then a 9. Well, yeah, see, I can either execute them or fire them. I can fire them from this position. He is such a good leader, though. Such a good leader. But do I need him on Nike 1? I should be starting to rename these as well, so we've got specialized, so we know what we're actually dealing with the different planets. So we can't fire ourselves. Can we? No. No, we can't. But if I put this one with the social skills, so if we have a look at the diligence is good for governors of manufacturing-based worlds. Maybe we need to actually look at the actual planets themselves, what their propensity is good for. But this one here is great. I mean, this one's great as well, to be putting in charge of the overall approval. This is really I should have done this well before now. Social modifiers, yeah, so that's the approval influence-based tasks. This one's got pretty good science and diligence. We may have to reshuffle these guys a bit to sort of move them into other roles. If we do get rid of him, who would then take over that particular... Just click on done for a second. We'll have another quick look at the planets again. So, without really going through all of them, we can sort of have a bit of a look and just get a bit of a feel for what they've got. It's not really going to tell us much. That's the food consumption. That's nothing. That's the food production. Now, food production on our home world is probably all that we really need to worry about, to be honest. We don't really need it on the other worlds. This is the science output, or sorry, that's influence, which doesn't really matter that much. This is the income. So the income, so Edifara 1 is really very, very strong in terms of income. So that's a big one. Science is really just our homeworld at this stage. Everything is really our homeworld. Like it's carrying the whole empire. Hambor 3 potentially could end up being quite important in that regard as well. But I need to get these approval ratings higher. So I do need to get rid of, I don't think we need to specialize just yet. We can always come back and do it again. So let's just go back in and just get someone that's going to help with workers, like get the workers working. Now this one here, what's he got? Increased equality ideology, and as a diplomat, boost the manufacturing of the civilization they're assigned to by 5%. This one here is a failed med school physician, party loyalist and manipulative, but also these aren't very loyal, and I do like loyalty. This one's got 8 though. +3 deception. I might get this one here, I think, to take over that world. Supportive. I don't think I've bothered with diplomats. No, I haven't actually. We can certainly afford one. If we have a look at the recruitment again, and so the approval, like these guys just are not good socially. That's a problem. I might wait till I get another one to come back in. But let's just go to the governors, and we will take the 10. It's really hard because yeah, I mean, these worlds aren't that great at this stage. Let's just go and fire you and bring you across. So he's now going to be in charge of that world. And then we can just go back to the ministers and then bring Kajer Jan across to be the minister there, which gives everyone a 10% approval boost just by having him in this role, he's by far the best one for this one. Then we've got Minister of Tourism. He can draw travellers to our worlds. They will enhance them and our economy. So increases tourism of our worlds based on the social of the assigned minister. Again, we need a high social. I think I'll wait till I've got some more to come. So let's go and have a look and see again with our recruitment how things are. Sort of when we've got 9 more months before this one goes. I'll just click on done. All right, well, we want to still keep a bank of funds available for us. All right, now we've got an asteroid miner here, which we can't get through there yet. And I've just been, I don't have any asteroids, which is really unusual. What we might do is we might just sit back and watch what happens in here, because I'm assuming that's where the others are going. All right, planet report. So illicit goods. An illegal weapons market has taken root on Toria, distributing some of the galaxy's highest tech weaponry to anyone who can afford it. Our economic advisor, defense minister, and most other people with common sense are requesting that we wipe it out. But one of the members of the market is offering a rare relic, a type of ship upgrade called the inertial field projector, if we let them stay. So I'm going to probably end up doing this one, like just to wipe out the crime, accept the bribe and allow the weapon to stay in the market. So get a free inertial field projector. I don't need that, I don't think. We can do both. So deception, yeah, let's not do that one. I'm trying to play fairly straight with this. Now we've lost track of that ship. Where are you, Drengin ship? There you are. We'll just monitor what's happening with this particular ship as we go. All right, so we have a supply ship. Now, what are we trying to build in here? We're trying to get this one in 3. This is a Monsantium deposit. That's fine. And then we've got more manufacturing in through here. Yeah, we'll need to get a bit more in here anyway. So let's just pop this one straight back home. This one here is still trying to get the shipyard. The shipyard is probably more important ultimately. Let's go that way. So handball will then get a boost along. It's now 1 turn before we get that one. That's good. Another supply ship coming in 12. So we'll start to build these worlds up. We're still a little way off before we have to concern ourselves too much with the borders, but we will have to do something about them fairly soon, I think. That there is a military starbase, that's okay. Yeah, we'll need to, I don't think we can, yeah, we can just put in starbase defense systems, which is not going to help us that much. Yep, Casuals are saying crime doesn't pay. Exactly. Exactly. So we'll just keep on doing what we're doing. We'll end our turn. Now we've got this ship, which is now just inside that zone, which is sort of what I want. Plus, if we do pick this one up, might just go a little bit further along. Yeah, that'll do us. So I want to get military star bases across this different area. And actually this one does give me influence growth as well. Yeah, I might grab, I don't need that one here. I'll just click on done. We've now got Xeno manufacturing, quantum computing, orbital mining, and orbital ship assembly. This is the one that then gives us more capacity. The orbital mining we don't need. Not yet anyway, really. I mean, we could get it, but yeah, the quantum computing, we don't need that yet either. Hi, General Sorrow, how are you going? Crime would have paid though, says General Sorrow. We don't know. So it allows for more effective starship construction. We don't need this yet, but it does open up so much else. Again, that one there, the orbital assembly, this is it here. And then it opens up the refits, the planetary mobilization, which we don't need to follow, because we'll have to defend before we attack. Then finally planetary invasion. But the battle cruiser, if we can get to there, you know, like it's sort of, it becomes almost a stretch, you know, like a bit of a, it's not a big stretch to reach there once we get this. Let's go for that one. It's 5 turns. Not that we need the extra space, but yeah, we can certainly grab hold of that one at this stage. And what have we got through here as well? 4 foreign ships. Yep, so that one's still floating around. That's okay. Okay, we've got enough culture points to add a new trait to your... actually, I should always click on the always show. Now, collectivism is what we do. And so we've got 3 we can choose from in here with our current culture points. So we've got, this gives us plus 12 logistics, which allows us to have bigger fleets. So well-oiled machine, that's the unified cooperation. So plus 1 fertility on all worlds, spawns a support ship, the negotiator, or shared belief. This one here, increase the likelihood that new citizens will have the collectivism trait. Population cap on core worlds increases by 2. These are all good. This one here is good, but it doesn't open up this. Unlock the mass mobilization execution order to plus 25% maximum manufacturing while at war. That's a good one for us, because when we go to war, when we're at war, we're going to be able to do better. God, I love how these all work together. It's so cool. Independence, minor worlds. Yeah, look, we're going to have to somehow break into this. I would love this because we already have a population cap bonus anyway. But we're not even close to maxing out with our population yet. Fertility, I mean, at this stage, the more population we have, the more we can do. The plus 12 logistics, I mean, we don't need any of this yet, but eventually that's going to be great. I think we might go this way, actually. I'll just go that one for now, and that one does open this one up for next time. Because that is, I think that's going to be fairly important for us. It's sort of funny because those particular traits fit so well with the Torian backstory, but it's not a Torian, like there's culture progression things are not Torian, they're just part of the game. It's just really cool the way it works. Now I've got executive orders as well. Actually, I haven't looked at this for a little while. So we can brush starbase modules, which we don't need. Emergency speed we don't need. Print money we don't need. Telescope takeover we don't need at this stage. Pressure scientists. No, we don't need that either. And draft colonists. We don't, like it says that there's still at 3 is something we should consider. I don't want to make it easy to be, like for us to lose planets. Where's still at 3? It's down here. And I'm not going to rush it. It's an amazing world. It's too close to Drengin space. It would just fall. Now this asteroid miner, I want to see, I'm sure the Drengin have got control of this. See how slow their ship is? We sit and look out the portals and laugh. Laugh at their lack of speed. The trade offer. All right, so just close those ships. That's an embarrassing disparity that we actually have. So they're off. So they're wanting us to give all of our money basically and 3 thulium for an exploration treaty. No. No. I'm going to have to reject that, sorry. What have you got that we want? I might just ditch that one. So they're happy with that. I don't know why they would have thought that that was a good deal for us. Like they'll take this. Like they may even pay for it. No, they won't. But like they'll, like if we just share each other's, the sight in the fog of war, I'm happy with that. So that's, I don't want to give up money or anything like for that one. So we'll just accept this. There's nothing else we want. I mean, modules would be cool. If they want thulium, I mean, we've got a fair bit of it. They don't have much Illyrium, and we've only got 4 modules. If they have 3, just put the offer in. I love this, the way this works as well. Like you can very quickly sort of see what's happening through here. Where's that not wanting to go? For one of them, but it's not really worth much to them. It's nothing we have to worry about. Arnold Spice. I think I'll actually maybe antimatter. No, that's hardly anything as well. We'll cancel that. Look, I'll get rid of the thulium. And you can keep your modules as well. And we'll just go with that one. So just nice and there we go. So we now can see inside their territory. So we want to get as close to them as possible. Okay. Then we've got, so this is Handball 1. Now we do need to start to name these a bit more effectively. I sort of wanted to get them a little bit more developed than what they were. That's still a bug. Yeah, there's a little bug there with the user experience, user interface. The UI, it shows a food symbol, but it's actually manufacturing for tropical grassland. All right, so we've now done we've got a idle shipyard in here, and that's what we just built. what do we have? We've got 2.2 research. The inputs we've got 3 mineral, 5 technology, 1 wealth, 5 food, and 6 culture. Well, these worlds, Handball 1 and 3, do need to sort of boost that a little bit. The advisors are suggesting that we go with the planetary mainframe for our research, or the coordination beacon for influence. Now, we're going to have to do this because we're going to have to push our influence back out a little bit as well. And I think we do have some places here. We've got a few places that are not fantastic at it, so it's not great for that one on this particular world. And then we've got the Durantium processor. Now, this is a civilization achievement. So we're going to build one of these, and we don't want to build it here. So that's actually a real waste of space if we did that one. The supply depot, though, does improve both military and manufacturing by 2 around it. What else does it do? Does it actually... So it increases bonus per level. The approval goes up, which is actually massively important, and crime goes down. This is where you got unique buildings. Like the supply depot, I think, is unique for the Torians like this. So if I built that there on those geothermal springs, that's going to give us 10% extra manufacturing. But the approval is going to go up dramatically. Plus, it's going to boost everything else around it as well. So I think I might do that because that's going to give me another like 12% approval, and crime as well going down. That's really massive. You can get that one. This is where we actually had sent that other craft. Now that's the technological capital. I don't want to be building that one. Heritage Centre. Don't want to do that either. But I do want to go and start to get... This one's a civilization achievement as well. I don't really want to be doing that here. But what I could do is go to the mountains and just build a cultural district. Just to get the basic influence up. Just go and pop one of them in there. That'll do us. If you might just flip across to a few of these other worlds. Because I don't know what I want this one to specialise in at this stage. It's not really good enough for anything. Toria itself, what are we building? Modules. It's a waste on this world. Now we've got an amazing thing in here with +3 to military. And I would love to get even more, but I want to get one of these others. Like we've got Kazar's mainframe. It gives research. Razar's lift. This one requires 5 Durantium. We've got 3 at the moment. We've got money though, so we could get this one. And this one gives, the actual bonus per level is manufacturing goes up by 5%. The adjacency level bonus is 3% to manufacturing, 3% to military. So if we boosted this, bonus per level of 4%, pollution goes up a lot. But that's got a fair few good spots it could go into. Like, but if we popped it, God, where could we do it fairly central? Like there's an 8 down there. That cataract. Just as a manufacturing district. That one does 16% per level manufacturing, which is monstrously big. If we go back to Razar's lift again, got the Grand Resort in there. I was sort of moving further up this way with the planetary generators and things like this. Also got Kimberley's Refuge, which you don't really need to worry about. But this one, the beacon of... This is a galactic... actually, this one here is a galactic achievement as well. Manufacturing going up at 5% per level. That's fairly substantial. And if that's 8, We can boost it even more by building into there as well. So if we built that, yeah, that's a massive boost. Okay, I think we have to do this. So let's just click on done for a second and just go back into the Galactic Bazaar. We need to buy 2 of these. There we go. They're pretty cheap at the moment, 53. Might even grab another couple of them. There we go, I've got 8 of them now. Done. So we can now just go back into Toria, and hopefully we can get this before anyone else does. I think I'd be trying to rush this as much as I possibly could. So, where is it now? Where is it now? There it is, Razor's Lift. Yeah, it's going to be 40% manufacturing boost. One gives me 20%, but it does boost the others around it by a factor of another +3. It'd be level 5. That's 3% per level. So it's got basically 15% at the moment. This one, base effect, it's not really doing much. It's the it's funny because it gives it a +3, but it doesn't really indicate that there's a plus. Actually, that was the wrong one. I think the 40%, it's just too big. It's too big not to use. I think we have to go that way, and I think we have to then push hard for this. 3,500, 3,050, 750. So that's a big one. And we're building these beamers and things. Again, I think I might, even with these, the supply ships that are coming, I might even send them back to Toria to push this. In fact, we might even arrest this, what we're doing in here, and just get one ship initially, and then just try to hold on. This is where I get greedy. I shouldn't do it. It's a silly move doing this, I think. Let's just get, we do need to get these ships out and about though. Alright, new ship to constructed, handball 1. More supply ships, please. Alright, that's done. We'll just sit and watch this one. Yep, it's been learning for that. I'm just getting your way. Just make life more fun for you. Alright, so there's our beamer. Now, we don't actually have any protection on any of the worlds in through here. I'm just going to put this one back on. Well, Toria's pretty happy. I've only got one protection over here at handball 3. Look, I'll put it back on Toria. Just leave it there. What I might have a quick look at is just the with that ship. Yeah, so it's got the it's got those there. Just trying to remember how the starbase has kicked in. It looks like there's nothing there from this military starbase. Yeah, I'm not seeing any extras. I think maybe it doesn't do that. Maybe it's changed. I thought it gave you shielding and armor. I may be wrong. All right, so press tab to advance the next turn. All right, so I think we're, again, we've sort of pretty much got everything that we need at this stage. These are pirates. This is like a super pirate faction. Now, this is where I would like to test this. Like that's only got we should actually be able to beat this with what we have. I might actually test this one out. I might just do a save scum. So I'll just go Control S. So just do a quick save and just see what actually happens here, because I want to actually analyze what's happening with this military starbase. Oh, hang on. That's a civilization. That's a Zoloxy. Ah, of course. So that's the Zoloxy. It's not the... yeah, sorry, that's the Zoloxy symbol. They've taken these from the pirates. They've actually bought these from the pirates. That's one of their special abilities they can do. Well, no one's claimed this. You know, one thing I would love in this game would be able to tweak the colours of the factions after you start playing. To be able to sort of come back into, you know, one of the data bank areas and just go through with the civilizations or something and just actually be able to change the colours somewhere. I mean, it's not so bad for the Drengin, but I find that all three others are very, very similar. It would just be nice to be able to just tweak those. I think that would really help a lot, actually. There we go, another thought. Okay, where are we? Oh, they've gone past. They're going for the antimatter. But this is where the pirates were from. This is the shipyard. They're building little pirate ships in through this other side as well. I was trying to squeeze it down towards them now. They're probably going to go more that way. Let's just try to push them down so the pirates get a shot at them. Okay, these supply ships, I think we'll have to send these back to Toria to try to build that galactic achievement. So we'll have to just pepper the homeworld for a little while. Alright, so what do they want? Thulium and credits again for... We've already done that. It seems to be a bug that they would be doing this. Maybe I didn't accept it last time. I must have clicked done. That's probably what I did. There we go. So that's fine. Does that? Yeah, that's better. So we can sort of should be able to see a bit more clearly now. Got a few star bases in here now. 2 mining star bases. Well, when we get going, these are going to be, yeah, they're fairly strong. Yeah, so we're going to have to really ramp up when we do get going. We're going to need big fleets to be able to take, the war out to where they actually are. It's going to be difficult for us. One thing I love about the game again is just this build-up is actually this, you know, by focusing on that Razor's lift, if we get it, then it's going to make up for all the time we lost. Not getting our military built up, but if we leave it, if we get the timing wrong, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Direct mining drone, reprogram the drone. So what are we in up, Helios or Gerantium? Well, we don't actually have Helios, so I might grab one of those. There's nothing to see down this way. I think I'll just sit around down here actually and just wait for something to come. So we'll just go and put this one on sentry. leave that one there. And again, this one here, I'll just try to push this one down towards the pirates. Now that was, we fired at range there. Uh-oh, here they come. Now it should be a total loss for them by what it's sort of telling us in through here. So we'll just watch the battle. So we fired initially with our missiles. And like that was the range 2 things we had. I think it was missiles. It may have been beams, but whatever it was, we sort of managed to do. We managed to fire. We'll be able to tell from here. Missiles. It would have been missile attack because we did a lot of damage. This one in through this other side. This one's down to 3 hit points. Oh, let's just watch the battle. This has improved a lot as well. So we're firing with missiles again. And yeah, we smashed this one. So the one that was injured, we've already destroyed. This one's now coming in. One thing, again, I would love is for this to be exactly the same timing as what happens down in the log. Unfortunately, the log takes a long time to catch up. So I'm hoping that happens at some point. Like that's, like that was the first attack. This is now the second attack. That was in phase 0 when we first started attacking. This is now already this must be phase 4 or 5, I think. We'll see what happens. Yes, yeah, phase 5. As we get closer, so the ranges, we're closing in. 6,000 range, we can fire with the missiles. 4,860, we're closing in closer and closer. Still only the range for missiles at this stage. Now this thing is dead already, so that's not going to last. But there was another, I think there was another batch after that then would come up. Like a phase 10 or something. If we have a look at the show battle log. See, there was a phase 10 that wasn't showing. And this, I think, is one of these little things that hopefully this is the sort of stuff that will be fixed up as we head in towards the Warlords expansion. Because you can't rely on what you're seeing and what's being presented. And getting that to sort of work. So the reason why we're seeing one, like 5 phases behind the times, unfortunately. So I wonder if that's all it is. I wonder if it's just the timing is wrong with this. I mean, they're making so many changes. You know, it's sort of one of these things where it could be anything. But anyway, they didn't even get close to us. Little space bugs. Okay, done. Now, we weren't close enough to a military starbase for that to really warrant anything. Now, we have actually upgraded here. If we have a look and see what the upgrade is we can do. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? All right. Now, it's going to extend the hull by 20 hit points. Sorry, by 20% plus 4 hit points. We get 20% without having to cost us anything by doing this one here. The command bridge gives us 1 extra move. The communications terminal gives us more sensor range, which is quite handy for this sort of ship. The Illyrium cell gives us another beam attack of +2, and the antimatter warhead gives us another missile attack of +2. I think I might go that way, because we've got heaps of antimatter. So we can go that side. And that should just continue on scanning what it was doing. Idle ship. Come on, get your act into gear. You got a target right here. Orbital ship assembly. Okay, so this is now the next tech that we've now got. Now I've got evasive tactics. This is what we wanted actually. So without even looking at the other things, this is what we want. That's all we need. So quite lucky a sense arrangement myself on ships, says Castanar, especially early mid-game. Yes, I think that's... They can, you know what swayed me from not actually just picking it then and there was because of that exploration treaty with the corporate sector. And I thought we sort of got eyes on most places in there anyway. So it wasn't something that I thought I'd really need because I'm going to have to defend before I can attack. So I thought that was the reasoning. I should always talk it through, shouldn't I? Really, rather than just because what happened was when I looked at it, I was looking at it thinking, I'm not seeing much fog of war. I can see most of the stuff, you know. So what's going on? And I think it's because we've got the vision from their side as well. Anyway, it's my excuse. Another. Now, how are we going in here? 14 turns. 2,309. Let's get this one built. Let's have a look and see how we're going with these guys. This one's good. So minor nobility, raised by squatters, and gilded upbringing, raised in a life of luxury. That's interesting. So, so good intelligence, good social skills, good diligence, good everything. Now, the other minister we wanted needed to have good social, didn't he? We've still got an 8 and we've still got a 9. And we need to get on top of our money as well. He's on a 9. Okay, you can just be the Minister of Tourism for a little while. I don't know if we get much with that. Yeah, it goes up a fair bit. A fair bit. That went up by 4. It went from 3 to 2, then back up to 4. So that works out well. Yeah, okay, so tourism increases how much income you gain based on how large your zone of control is. Done, that's good. All right, that's going to help us. That's going to help us enormously, but we're now running out of money. So that's actually where we go. Casual was saying how he raised an abandoned factory and raised by fabulous wealth. Well, he's good at tourism. he was giving tours of the factory. Was a factory making gold. He probably made up some story that some famous person was did something famous in that factory, or whatever it might have been. Who knows? Yeah, I'm just going to leave you where you are. This one should be creating its own area by now. We don't need the antimatter, but I wouldn't have minded keeping that from the Drengin. So another supply ship coming. Let's have another quick look at Toria. That saved us a bit. Yeah, we won't know exactly how much until next turn, but I think we're going to need to get another supply ship in here. To try to push that one forward. Yeah, I've got a probe, they're doing nothing. Gee, it's raining heavily here. It's been a really weird summer, actually. Very humid. Might have this one always show, I think. So it pops up each turn. It's had enough. It's heading back. Oh, they've got cruisers. So this is this is what I mean. They're going to end up with more things. So this is one of their special ships. And for us to take on these sort of ships is going to be quite hard. I might just sit around in here and watch what this thing does. Okay, so we've come across an ancient artifact near Toria, believed to have come from an ancient precursor civilization. Upon activating it, it has evaluated our status and offers to aid us. What are your orders? Rebuild it as a ship. Okay, so we end up unlock the nail ship in your shipyard. Progressivism, cultural awareness increases to 6. Converted into an army of synthetic citizens, so egalitarianism increases to 3. Or study it, progressivism increases to 6. I think we need ships. I'm also going to be, I'm guided by the progressivism. Like we've got two progressivisms there. I think we'll go that way. Where is that ship? Okay, so we've now got evasive tactics, which is good. We can now get, actually it unlocks evasion +5. Now subspace streaming also allows us to go through the portal, but we don't really need that. This one gives us missile attack of +1, which we are focusing very heavily on. I think we go this way at this stage. We've sort of now got, we've opened up the areas that we wanted to move into. I still would like to get armor defense theory and energy deflection theory. Both of these would be very, very helpful. But this one as well. Grab that one there. I'll be going in here now. Okay, 3 turns for Razar's lift. That's good. Now with this one as well, we've then got the supply depot, which increases manufacturing. And the approval goes up a lot. We can get a +5, which will then boost this one by +2. We don't need the approval so much on this world, but let's just do it this way. And we're going to be pumping things out of Toria like nothing. Okay, the pirates killed the mercenary, the enforcer. Okay, then there's the supply ship completed at Skybridge and supply ship completed at Nike as well. With Nike, I think we'll actually just send it, now that we've done what we needed to do there. I mean, I could move it back to Toria, but I don't think I'll bother. Let's just keep on building these planets up. I don't know where the mercenary was that it was referring to. It must be going for this. That wasn't the name of the ship from before, was it? The other. It wasn't that the Drengin ship went down that way and just got destroyed by this. Where was it? The pirates that are in here, because it did disappear, but well, you don't know where it went. I'm done there. I'm just going to grab myself a drink of water. Be right back. Alrighty, here we go. An event. Okay, survey report. Your flagship captain reports discovering a lost cargo container adrift in space. Upon inspection, the container houses an advanced planetary defense module, believed to be from a long-forgotten civilization. This mysterious device could prove invaluable to your empire by increasing a given planet's defense capabilities against invasion. I think we sell it. It sort of seems counterintuitive, but I've got too many planets to look after, and none of them are really all that valuable at this stage. I think we sell it. That way we're going to be able to get more leaders and stuff like this in. So I'll probably regret that one as well. As soon as the Drengin War starts, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Like a lot of trouble. Alright, so next, this is Nike. We're going to get more supply ships. I'm just going to keep on pumping these out, because this is how we build these little planets up. We essentially use their shipyards to support the building on the actual planets themselves. You can see there we're getting more research. This must be my research world. So look at extractor. There's approval bonuses up there. Manufacturing down this way. I did go with the technological capital. No, there's not enough planetary input to warrant this one. I don't know why I'm building this, to be honest. It does make a lot of sense. It does not make a lot of sense. The approval is pretty strong. I think I'm just going to go with an entertainment district, and I'm not going to worry too much about this world. This is a bit of a backwater world. How are we going in here? That's, it's 5 more turns before that supply ship comes. Yep, 3 more there. Right, so research district completed on Nike, that's fine. 2 foreign ships in your territory, that's fine. And there are ship upgrades available. Alright, okay, so that's cool. Done. Now this one here is pretty bad in terms of what it can then go and do. It hardly has any redeeming features at all. Once it gets into attack, this is one that probably the actually this one doesn't have the option to get the expanded vision. Maybe I've already got it on this one. Oh, there's a center range there. Yeah, I think I might do it on this one because this one's not going to be a combat ship. Just get the better range, the better vision. All right, that's done. Go around the long way. All right, Nike is saying, so Leiden's jet, the governor of Nike 1, is widely believed to be favouring personal friends at the expense of their world citizens. Our advisors have investigated the accusations and determined that they are false, and Leiden's jet hasn't done anything wrong. Still, there is a loud public outcry for us to at least chastise the governor in some manner, or we will seem to be complicit in their supposed corruption. We'll support them. So in this case, I think it's more important for us to have the full-time loyalty of Leighton Jit rather than the 12 months of disapproval. Yeah, we'll go that way. They may have a way back out through the subspace portal, actually. Okay, immerse yourself in the vibrant tapestry of the galaxies as we reveal the top 5 civilizations boasting the most diverse and captivating cultural traits. I think we're all at the same level, to be honest, at this stage. I think everyone's just got the default. I am harassing this, aren't I? Now, here we go. This will then set this one, so we get this in one turn. That's great. And then we set, like that sets our manufacturing off. As long as someone else doesn't get it in the meantime, everything should be cool. So that's going to be a massive increase to what we're trying to do here. Okay, we're going to improve missile targeting now as well. Choose new tech. Now, planetary, actually subspace streaming, this is the one that increases ship movement speed as well as travel across subspace. This one gives us +1 moves, extra range. We get the deep space sensor. Interstellar cartography is what it leads to. The directed energy weapons, this is important for our beam weaponry. It allows us then to start putting things into bigger ships ultimately as well. I think we might do this one here. Unlocks policies to protect the environment. So we can strip mine, we can upgrade housing protect the planet policy. I think we might start to get this one. I'd like any of these three. Actually, maybe the moves. Let's get the moves. Here we go. We've pumped out a pincer out of there as well. It's going to start to push these into here. So we're now building this first little group, and I'll start. Is there anything else we want? If we just go back into Toria, Razor's lift was completed on Toria. So this then gives us a monstrously big manufacturing boost. We've got an approval boost of 96%. Manufacturing is plus 50% from Razor's lift. That should be more. Yeah, it was 40. No, that's right. Got that one. No, that's right. It's only 40% there. Why is it saying 50? Why is it saying plus 50? Yeah, we've got the planetary generator of +1, the xanthium extractor of +2, mineral input of +10, which is a lot. The governor plus 26%. The workers, the citizen and workers. Now we've got to actually, one thing we could do is to start to push workers into that role. It makes you think a bit. It's certainly a lot. We've got two. Actually, we've still got a lot of citizens we can actually have on this world. They're just citizens. An entertainer is happy. Like, that's fine. We've got 2 entertainers now. At this stage, everyone's happy. Do I need the entertainers? Could I change one of them to a worker? Stop having fun and get back to work. So I can't make my own entertainers at this stage. Trained as a celebrity, there we go. I can train as scientists now. I could actually go through and actually completely change what everyone does. Yeah, that one's sort of, it's more general. Like, it's, in one sense, the citizens are fine. I'm not unhappy with the balance. Just don't know if I need both entertainers, because I don't think the approval is actually being pushed much by them. Oh no, it is actually. It is. The pollution is bring it down by the cost of 1 entertainer. It's a nice planet. Planet is too crowded, so I don't like that either. The taxes are too high, but that's okay as well. Yeah, okay, no, we do need those entertainers. In that case, they're important. Now, there's not much else we can do there. The Drengin processor. I think I might build it in here. I don't know if that's if I'm wasting the that ability that it has, the extra ability that it had for military. I don't think I've got anything else that I can really build that's going to aid the military. See, things like the Beacon of Babylon, to get the influence growth, it would be good for me. We need harmony crystals for that one. Do we have any? I don't think we do. I think we may have seen them somewhere, but I'm not sure exactly where. Okay, so Casey's all saying, what effect does genetic manipulation have? As in what sort of sense do you mean by that? Do you mean like by clicking on the things up through here, like to change their this doesn't change them genetically, but it does change their jobs. So is that what you mean? It's sort of like you're giving them different roles. I can explain that one. I know that some of the factions do have genetic manipulation where you can sort of change what things happen. I'll explain that anyway, like what I just said. If it's not what you meant, then just please sing out in the chat. So with the citizens, it would be cool actually to even have like an actual pop-up of information of the citizens. So it's not just in this one little area. I don't think there is. So no, there's no way to sort of bring them up as something to actually then have a look at them in detail. But it would be. Is there anything? No, I don't think there is. I don't think I've seen a screen for just the citizens, and I think that would be cool actually. Or is there? If you know, I don't think there is. So with each citizen is essentially got the stats down in the middle there. It says intelligence, social skills, diligence, resolve, and expectations. And so they will, when they come onto a planet, they have a lot of these are just random. So here we go. So Keisha's saying there was some policy that enabled genetic manipulation. I didn't see what it did. So a ransom person is saying, what's the conversion between shipyard building and on-planet manufacturing? I'm actually not sure about that 100% either, actually. I'll have a look at that one. I don't know if you meant the policy. I'll have a look and see if I can chase down that policy. If you meant by one. Oh, you might mean one of these. One of these? What would that be under? That would be under progressivism, I would have thought. You're right, I do remember there being something. It's not that one, it's Hive Mind. Don't know if there's something in here actually. Traditionalism? I'm not sure. I know this one of the factions does something a bit like it, but I can't remember what the actual how that one works with the genetic manipulation. Yeah, I can't see it there. It wasn't with anything we were looking at, was it? Shared belief. Because there are things that do shift things a bit. And yeah, so I can't answer that one, sorry. And then the other question was, what's the conversion between shipyard building and on-planet manufacturing? If we have a look at the actual, at this one here for Torian, I'll just click on done. And have a bit of a look. We can see there that Toria, the sponsor is Toria. So we've like that's basically what's coming into this particular shipyard. And so the shipyard stimulus has got plus 20%. So it's the military is, what's that one? It's got the 31.22 is what's actually being built. Now, where does the shipyard stimulus, again, I'm not sure where that one would kick in. But the 31.22, which is all of the different bits and pieces from what's actually happening on the planet itself. But the shipyard, the 37.46 is more because of that shipyard stimulus, which is coming from from what? So it's a status report. It's maintenance, that's stored goods. There's nothing in there. That's just the mineral inputs. That's just your basic input. Then you've just got your manufacturing. But it's not showing. That's just showing the base amount there. So it's basically just the same input, but with 20% extra. Now, Is that coming from there at all? Looks like something is giving it the 20%, but I don't know what that would be. Might be that great school. I'm not seeing it there. I'm not sure, actually. Shipyard stimulus comes from your laws. Oh, okay. There we go. So it's so where would I see that then? If I was does that come from the people somehow? From the leaders? Or from the it wouldn't be from their... Oh, hang on, I know what you mean. Sorry, it's the civilization area. Ah, of course, there we go. There we go. There we go. Yep. Thanks for that. God, my head is so foggy today. I've had the flu for 2 days, and it's I feel like I'm swimming through mud, trying to sort of think my way through things. There we go. So that's it there. Now, are there any others that we want? We've got underwater homes, which gives us population cap of +2. The military output, we do need that one. This one is really only our home world. Influence and gross income. Now, if I got rid of that, what else could I get? Defensive measures. Ship range goes down, but the hit points goes up. That could be useful. Experimental drives. The hit points go down, but the moves go up. Genius grants. Yeah, I won't do that with income. Income goes up, but pollution goes up. We don't want that. Population. Yeah, I won't grab that either. Prototype defences. This is a great one. This is a really good one. I think we'll wait till war, then we'll switch Heart of the Empire out for prototype defences. Research grants, we won't worry about. Starship specifications, we won't do that either. So I'll leave it the way it is at this stage. Yeah, okay, that's cool. So at least that sort of explains what that is. And each of these other ones, that's why these are so crap at what they're doing. They're only getting 7.8, for example, from here. Yeah, so they do have that policy. There we go. All right. So they're all okay. There we go. He's done it. He's made one. These are trying to get back home. What's happened with these? These pirate ships probably came from the pirate group that was over here. And the Zoloxy can actually buy them directly from the pirates. And so they've actually grabbed these ships. But they won't have the range to be able to move them around at all. Now, in 3 months' time, we're going to be able to go through the subspace portal. So I might as well just leave this one close, and then we'll have a look through. Okay, failed colonization effort. Some of our people have decided to try to colonize worlds without our sanction. Their ship failed, and their passengers are dead. The ship has drifted near your space. We ask that you recover the ship for us. You can keep what you find on the ship. Find and return the ship, keeping the vast supply of goodies you find on the ship. So we get +1 relations with the corporate sector for 50 months, and +2 approval to all units for 50 months. I think we just take the ship and the items on board. So -1. We want to keep them on side. So we'll do that one. That's a bit of a win-win. Yes, they're through the subspace portal. Wow, a lot of things happened this turn. Okay, supply depot completed on Toria. That second pincer, I'll just move that one back as well. So we just build up this little fleet of ships. All right, so we're now getting this one in the Durantium processor, which is just each civilization can have one of these. So there's no rush with any of the other bits and pieces. That's all okay. Now that sort of pushes that by getting that one, we've now pushed our manufacturing up a bit higher. There's nothing else for us to worry about in here. Now this one, this artifact improvement. Upgrade this artifact to unlock charges. It will summon a space creature, a creature from space. Yeah, why not? I've never played with the Torians before. Yeah, we'll grab that one. Alright, so this is Adafira 1, which we are trying to get up to being a manufacturing type world. Company's refuge, yeah, even none of these special ones we actually need. Yeah, we don't need that either. Yeah, I really don't see a need for much of this. Get a +4 manufacturing there. That one as well. It's good for agriculture. We don't need it though. We've still got so much food. I just can't see food being an issue for us. I might grab just a manufacturing district in here. I feel like I'm sort of forgetting a few of the other bits and pieces. We do have wealth. Wealth is probably something we do need to start to figure out. This one does give us 10.5. Yeah, we might have to make this into a money world. If I get a financial district in there, we don't really have any other places that are great for that. It's +3 food, manufacturing, population. Population is poor here. A housing district would be good. Yeah, I'll grab that so we can get more people. Yeah, 15 money is very good. It won't give us that much though, will it? If I grab that there, it's entertainment. I don't think I need that one, but if I go the financial district, it's only 5%. And it's only going to be level 0 anyway, so +3% per level. So it's yeah, it's not very much. But it does then, I could start to then build a whole group of them. We don't need to be next to this thing either. That one just gives me +2 wealth. So I could actually just build a wealth area somewhere on the planet. Maybe I build it in here. Maybe we leave the approval, because we're probably going to need the approval. What is our approval? 76%. Yeah, the approval's not fantastic. If I made this into a money situation, yeah, if I pop that into there, there was no other things, was there, with financial? I think there was extra. It's funny that I've got a limit there. Oh, I mustn't be able to build them on marshlands. Okay. In that case, shrublands, floodplains, lagoons. I can still just keep on pumping those. I'll just get those 3 to start with. And then we'll start to... We may come back over this other side as well. Just build a few more in here. I might as well, I guess. Alright, so that will hopefully get our money under control a little bit. We're not doing too bad with the money. I might as well go back into promoting this again. Oops. Just keep on building up, and then we'll start to get what we need. Alright, Hambor 3. Now, Hambor 3 is... this is where we're likely to be attacked here from the Drengin when they do come. But we also need to build it up. Let's get more supply ships. Okay, this is now becoming a bit of a problem with the influence. Is it better cultural districts? There's good research in there. There's extra wealth there. There's some interesting little areas that I sort of don't want to lose. But we are going to have to push. I think we're going to have to push to get the influence up. To get like cultural districts and things. This is going to be, yeah, we're going to need to actually have a fair bit dedicated to influence in this area, I think. So, do I want to get in the middle of this wealth? Which I guess I could. An ancient wonder there. We can get good research here. This is an interesting little world, actually. Extra food as well. We don't need the food. Precursor accelerator. Yeah, look, maybe we'll go here. Although, again, I've sort of started to build back out this other side. Look, I think I'm gonna have to just do it in here. We'll just do the cultural district. Just bolster these little areas up, which means that this is now quite important that we go into there. Alright, survey report. Flagship discovers an ancient artifact, a mysterious object imbued with immense power. So we can get +1 manufacturing to all worlds for 20 months or secure the artifact for use, which gives us a Harmony Beacon, which I don't know what that does. Increases the approval of the target world by 10% for 25 months. Creates a sustained sense of satisfaction. Okay, I think what we'll do is let's go and take the manufacturing, because all the worlds are... We're needing to pump out the manufacturing at this stage. I think that's the way to do it. The other survey reports, we've got 2 ships that are doing this one. New flagship reports the discovery of a mysterious cargo container floating in space. Okay, upon inspection, it contains an advanced kinetic weapon of unknown origin. Some sort of self-replicating mass driver. Could be a valuable addition to your arsenal or sold for credits. Now, our money situation is still pretty good. So what's this one's going to do? Just a mass driver module. Oh, the credits. I think I'll keep it. Just have it in our artifacts. I think it's the only one I've got. Yeah, that's the only thing I've put in there. Just kinetic attack score by +2. Yeah, this thing is really pushing back the borders actually, so we're going to fight back. We don't want to be swamped. We have to do the same in Hamburg in here as well. Now we do have 2 influence areas here as well, so let's just go and get the cultural influence up. You know, I was doing another one over there. That's all right. Okay, we'll get those things built. Done. So we just have to hold on over here. There's nothing for you to do. Subspace streaming, we can now go through the portal, which is new tech. Now, planetary mobilization does lead to, at least the Stellar Forge. Military, a massive starship foundry for providing material to the orbiting shipyard. Can it be constructed on your capital world? Base effect, military goes up by 25%. Bonus per level, mere manufacturing and military. Nice one to have, actually, but then, you know, do we need the soldiers? We don't need them just yet. But this would be a good one as well. I'd like to start terraforming. So I think we'll actually start getting this way. This would be good, but not necessary yet. Let's click on done. Hi Eddie, how you going? All right, so we can now go through. Do we just right click on it? Nope, it's outside our range. Subspace streaming, that's it there, isn't it? Did I get the wrong one? Look at engineering. Subspace scanning allows us to detect subspace streams. Then we've got subspace streaming. Increase ship movement speed as well as travel across subspace streams. Maybe we have to wait a turn. Maybe that's what we have to do. Alright, there's our first little bomber. Oh, there we go. It did work. With a flash and a trick of physics, the ship is gone, having travelled further and faster than any of our kind has travelled before. Today, the galaxy has gotten much, much smaller. I love these cutscenes. They're so improved than what they were. Eddie's saying, can you try playing Mindustry? I have tried it probably a couple of years ago. I was going to do a recording on it, but I just never got to it. Here we go. What have we got inside here? We've got... okay, we've got... This is the pirates. They're not going to like us being in here. So there's a pirate shipyard in here, the Drengin shipyard, with some Molotov ships sitting on the other side of this portal for us. Now, do we still have... Nope, it's outside of our range. We'll go back. Alright, we can't make it across there just yet. Now, Mindustry is an interesting game, actually. But I don't know if I would get back to it now, to be honest. It's a bit old. But it did look good. Pretty sure I can't. Oh yeah, there we go. We've snuck past those. That'll teach them. Oh, that's one of the Zaloxy ships. So the pirates are sort of setting up a perimeter there. We may need to do that as well ourselves. But we'll just start to check things out from in here. We'll just get this one to explore. We can just start to see who's in here and make first contact and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, they haven't even got all this stuff yet. That's interesting. That is interesting. Oh, there we go. There's another Another one there now, another constructor. It's a fighter. What's it doing inside our territory? A thrall-seeking mission. Okay, no, that's different again. That's a mission from the homeworld. I've got nothing else that they're building. So Casuals are saying Galaxy became so small the pirates turned up. Well, we've got a big pirate group ourselves, but we just don't have anything to be able to take them out just yet. I was thinking, do I need to try to establish some sort of military base on the way out here somewhere? I don't know. Yeah, we've got a lot of Promethean. We've got a lot of things we can build on our planets if we wanted to. All right, that's now taken this ship in. So we need to keep on building these little mini fleets. So we'll just go back to the beamers again. Just get one of those, 2 pincers, and 2 beaks. That'll do us for now. Yeah, we've got probes coming. Just stay where we are. So the Zoloxia through as well. They've come in at the same time. Oh, the Korath clan. Okay, this is cool because this is another Drengin clan, so we're going to be at war with them as well. What foul pollutant of a creature crosses my screen? Threaten all you like. I refuse to fear you. We're not going to trade with these. Mind your manners, Korath. You won't intimidate anyone here. So the backstory of the Torians is that they were basically enslaved by the Drengin. They've now got their freedom, and they will not deal with the Drengin at all. So we're still not anywhere close to getting a fleet that can take on the Drengin. Just leave that one back where it is. Okay, this is Handball 1. Still think a supply ship's what we need in here. We might start to get even some. Yeah, this one's. You can see this influence is becoming a bit more of a problem now. Yeah, 5 turns for that one. Let's get Handball 3 set up first, just to really get our influence running well. Okay, so we've reached the point we can no longer need to adapt our agricultural needs to meet the local environment. Okay, that's all fine. Choose new tech. Starship refits. Now this one leads on to Battlecruiser Doctrine. And this is actually something I do want to get now that it's appeared, because if I can start to bring battle cruisers into it, like I'll be able to then build fleets with them as the spine of what we're doing. And then maybe have sort of like 1 battle cruiser, 3 frigates, and then a whole heap of fighters, and then we should be able to protect ourselves fairly well. Now, in terms of it's a trade route, yeah. So we've still got the corporate sector nowhere near as strong as where we are in here. And when we come out to here, we're not that far off pushing this back. If I have to, I can probably just build an influence starbase, which maybe I should set up. I think I'm just going to leave this one here. They've got little probes ready to go through as well. So it looks like everyone's ready to go through the portal. Let's click on done. And I'll just put this into sentry mode. So this is the next one that we have. So we're going to move this one across. I won't take that on just yet. Oh, we're going to trade. Okay, what do they want? They want 3 modules and xanthium deposits for 70 credits. You've got to be kidding. You have got to be kidding. They've hardly got any credits. Of course, every time we do this, every time that they try to do something, it makes them dislike us even more. Cultural differences, yeah, they're still too far away to really be a concern, but that will change pretty soon. I think we may need to set up some sort of military starbase on that subspace portal. I might have to start to, once we get the fleet sort of working, I think we'll just reject. Is it going to come up there yet? No, not yet. Just see if that comes immediately. No, it's not. These guys are getting friendlier and friendlier, which is good. Yeah, so we've got a starbase in their territory, so that's going to cause issues. These guys are getting worse and worse. They're hateful. Let's have a look and see what's happening with everything at this stage. We don't know much about any of these, do we, really? Yeah, no one's really sort of at each other's, like they're not at each other's necks just yet. Just click on done. Okay, the survey report. So your flagship comes across a different container. We'll acquire those goods. Well, that's good. 50 months, that's a long time. Get our money situation rising. Let's see if there's any more people that we want. That one's pretty good. Like, terrible. Loyalty is kind, though. And overcame addiction. So, but +5 social and can't call processed as a governor. That's no good. This one here doesn't have good enough other stats at this stage. We've got a new one here in 4. Yeah, I think everything else is going well here. Don't have any diplomats. That's something we could do actually with the corporate sector. We just need, like this one here would be fine as a diplomat. A time traveller claims to come from a dystopian future and is trying to prevent it from happening. So shadows of an old nemesis linger, influencing every diplomatic manoeuvre and battlefield strategy. Well, he's a problem, isn't he? Descends from minor nobility. So I can't have him as a diplomat. That's a shame. This one here, then. He just lucked out with a +9. This one, yeah, just base value. This one's got a base value of 3, but being kind, he's got a +5. It's just his loyalty is so bad. I think we'll wait for another one and just see what we end up getting. I mean, would this be a problem? I don't know. Should have an old nemesis linger, influencing every diplomatic manoeuvre and battlefield strategy. I don't know what that would then mean. I don't want to upset the apple cart. I think we'll just leave it the way it is. Okay, so Nike is producing these entertainment districts, which is good. That'll get the approval levels a bit higher. 71%, we'll just let that continue. Actually, which one did it just... You got that one there. Entertainment. Just boost both of those. Bring those across. So this is the one that's causing the issue, is us mining this. Now, what do they want this time? No, I'm going to reject it again. So we've got idle ships in through there. There's another one. These small craft, these are just fighters. Get them across to Hambor. Yeah, we must be outputting so much. We're probably getting 1 or 2 of those per turn. Okay, supply ship. So we'll just get the 100 supply back onto Atafira. All right, another survey report. So awaiting our ship in the Silent Void is the Spectre's Grasp, an enigmatic artifact radiating a knowledge imbuing energy. So this one, the artifact appears to give vast insights when used, allowing us to gain a lot of research knowledge at once or extract maximum power from the artifact regardless of potential risks. I'll bring the artifact on board. I think this is one of these double-edged sword artifacts where if you use it, okay, it's previously undergone bits of technology left over from the precursors, increasing the planet's base tech rating. So technology goes to +2. Can we defend against something coming after us? Because I think that's what happens with this one. I think it ends up becoming an issue. Oh, God, I'm so tempted to use it. I'm so tempted. If we go with the data bank and have a look at the core welds. That one's got +5 input. It's got +2. Got +9 on the home weld. We could play it on the home weld. And then just, you know, invite the consequences, I guess. Hang on, let's just click on done. Starship refits. We've got 1 month remaining. Let's wait until we've got cruisers, and then we'll go and get it. We'll do it in that order. Okay, the Drengin have gone this way. All right, so they've got a fleet now of ships that we can see through here. These are their daggers, which are frigates. So they've actually now been outputting lots of frigates. Beam attack, missile attack, and kinetic attack. We've got extra evasion. All right. Okay, they're going to be difficult for us to contend with fairly soon, I think. Here they come. I've got starship refits. I've got rail guns. So it gives us extra moves plus modules. It does give us perimeter scanners. So I need 2 for that one. The railguns, none of these are really what I want. I might just grab the railguns, just so we can pop them onto fighters. I mean, I think we've already got them on our fighters, but this is just going to improve what we can do with the fighter craft. Right, that should be the end of those. Going across to Hambor. Yeah, I've got one more. If we have a look at the these beamers, I'll start to output a few of these. None of them are too tricky at this stage. Okay, Galactic Wealth Wonders. So, top 5 civilizations with the highest GDP. So we're coming in the middle there. The Drengins are behind us, which is fine. Here we go. We've come across the Torians, which is good. Civilization has flourished. Okay, this is cool. Interested in seeing your proposal. Okay, so I would like to have Oh, they don't know us at all yet at this stage. They've got 21 ships. Structors, yeah, they've got a whole lot of stuff. Alright, that's fine. We'll just click on done. Goodbye. We might just have a quick look and see. Now that we sort of, this is everyone in the game now. So no one's really at war yet. But the tension is rising. So a random person saying a 15 on the guy makes a great ship captain. 15 on which guy? Resolve. We didn't have a 15 resolve, did we? Oh, we did. You're right. You're right. You're right. You are right. Sorry, I didn't see your comment there before. Kim was saying, so it says ask questions, and all I can think of is what's going on. I can do a summary of where we are and what we're doing. I thought we'd be at war by now, but we're not at war. We're sort of building up to war. It's a 75% ship attack for a commander. It is, but the ships we have are so terrible. The Eye of Odd, which is this is what we've got to deal with. And so if we have a look at this one through here, you can see there +1 sensor range per level, increased hit points based on the commander's diligence, and increased attack based on the commander's resolve. But the attack is basically like it's only a beam attack. It's really shit. So that one's not all that great. Then we've got the Mordrian, which is another frigate, which is again similar. It's only got the 4. So this one has got again experimental lasers. So the same sort of deal. And then finally we've got the Undertow, which is even worse. It's got even worse hit points and worse attack. It's a kinetic ship, so it's got to close the gap. The experimental cannons, but I might as well use it. I might as well bring him in. Increased hit points based on the commander's diligence. Yeah, so this one here, which one do we want? This one's got more moves. This one's the one, isn't it? The Eye of Odd. Let's bring it in. Let's bring it in. So it's unfortunately the attack we have is just terrible on these. That's why I'm sort of even be thinking, what do we need for this? Interstellar cabinet tech is required, which is a long way off. So that would be fine to get one of these. It's a sovereign immunity tech required for that one. Just tell a cabinet. Let's have a look and see what that is. How far we are off from getting that. That would be under governance. It's not those. Funny, I thought it would be along this line here. Oh, hang on, Interstellar cabinet's only 2 away. Ooh, okay. Well, that's not bad, actually. Let's bring him in, but let's not get the ship yet. Because I can't take him out of the ship. Once they're in a ship, that's it. Yeah, okay, well, go ahead. That's a good idea to get him at least. How much longer have we got for him? 17 months. Let's not bother getting him until it's time. We're going backwards in our money now. The expenses are going up as we get more ships, of course. We're going to need to start to get more money from this world here. Yeah, the income's hardly doing anything at this stage. Just keep on trying to build it up. All right, so Yeah, so random person saying the future ships will be better, and you can have him working something else until then. I should be able to get it within that time frame, so we'll try to remember to do that. This one here, the beak is going across this world. Now the money situation, I think I'm still okay with what I'm doing here. These Drengin are all over the place. Choose new tech. Please be one of those ones that we just were looking at. No, it's not. This is what I would like to be getting, but I can't see the benefit in going the other way. Let's go that way. Okay, so since day one of your most trusted advisors was raised by squatters on a destitute factory. Here we go, we've got the backstory now. In the outer rim of the civilization's territory. Recently a message arrived from the factory claiming that it is now facing a crisis. A ruthless corporate entity wants to take over the land to build a high-tech facility, displacing the squatters who have called it home for generations. He's appealed for us for help, asking if the government can intervene to negotiate a resolution between the squatters and the corporation. Now, this is someone who has also got a backstory of being extremely well off. So, gilded upbringing, raised in a life of luxury, but was raised by squatters in this factory. And he descends from minor nobility. Anyway, we're going to have to defend the factory. So you choose to defend the factory and its inhabitants, sending this is going to do... sending government negotiators to work out a deal with the corporation. This act of compassion earns you the loyalty and gratitude of the squatters, resulting in a small but dedicated group of new citizens who will work tirelessly for your cause. However, the corporation is not pleased, resulting in temporary reduction. I think it's, if we support the takeover, I don't want to disappoint him, so I'm going to defend the factory. Now, that should mean that we end up with even more people here on Toria. Yeah, we're up to 14 now. Which is okay, because they're going to be able to then add to the output of the planet. So that's all good. It all works out. It's all swings and roundabouts. Just click on done. Kim Jensen saying, been watching some of your other games, Daz, and I know that this is not a question, but more of a statement, so I apologise, but you do have place 800 money, and I don't think I've seen you have that much. Yeah, no, I'm trying to keep it around about 1,000 in my head, just in case I need it for stuff. Like you do need it for mainly for leaders and things. So I can always make money by selling in the bazaar. In fact, they got how many things now? Precursor, nanites, hypersilicates, thulium. Nope, they don't have the harmony crystals yet. Yeah, we don't have the cultural progression there either at this stage. Okay, these beamers, I'm just going to pop them in here for a little while. And there's another one there. We'll just keep on building up this world. All right, so we do need to also try to get the money situation, but we also need to get the approval here is only low, so let's go and grab an entertainment district. Cultural districts are going to be important here on this world, on the border. We do have good research here as well. The actual research input, though, is not terrible, but it's not great either. This is a planetary mainframe, which I could sort of throw that in. What does that one give us? That one gives us +1 research, and then we get a bonus research per level, and then adjacency level bonus is a +2 level to research. So if I pop that one there, I then get even more from the research in these. So I can just start to build this one up. Okay, so Kim's then saying, like, I don't play this game, I only watch. You said, please bear that in mind. Oh no, it's like, and also each faction plays very differently as well. Like, I'm playing as a quite a peaceful faction in comparison. It's interesting. They've got their own fleets there now. So nothing much has happened yet with the Drengin, which I'm surprised at. I thought that they would be coming after us a bit more aggressively at this stage. Okay, lost siphoning resource module. So what does this one give us? Store the duplicate resources or sell for 500. I'm going to sell it. Actually, what do they give us? Oxidizes minerals on a target foreign world. I think that's well worth playing on Drengin. By storing up depleted resource modules on your vault, you gain the ability to use its power in the future. This device can be deployed to drain resources from any planets, giving you a strategic advantage in conflicts. I think we have to go that way. I think we have to play it immediately on Drengin. Drengin is a production powerhouse. Look at the manufacturing, 95.7. Compare that to ours. I love that everything's exposed like this too. They're producing double. So, just in the interest of keeping everything, the same, I think we have to play that. There we go. Now, that would really shit me off if that was me. Now, I don't know if it didn't seem to actually do much. Mineral input. Yeah, it's not going to do a hell of a lot, but it's going to help. It will help. There's a big military starbase there. Okay, hi Winky Buck, saying I can only play on a laptop at 1366 resolution, or GeForce now with resolution restrictions. Was unable to play several weeks ago. In front of the game was patched to allow different resolutions now. Yes, it's actually down to it's been done for Switch, not Switch, for the Steam Deck, I believe. I haven't tried it at smaller resolutions. If you're interested, we can try it out. Just save where I am. DAS 05, that'll do. Go to options. Yeah, so there we go, 1280 by 720 by 800. There's your 1366 by 768. So I don't know what the smallest was before this, but they are. So it does have the smaller size. Do you want to see what it looks like at that resolution? Would that be helpful for you, just to sort of see what actually does happen? I may have to restart it. I'll just see what actually happens through here. I'll just leave everything else the way it is and just click on done. Take effect when you restart. Okay, let's just do a restart. Exit the game, and we will try that again. Play. Sorry, it's going to come up in a second. It'll play at full screen on mine, but it'll be at that resolution, I believe. Oh no, it's coming in a smaller world. I'll just do a screen grab of it. So this is actually now on my screen. So it's loading in. Wink's saying, well, I don't want to I haven't tried it. So for me, it was actually interesting to sort of see what it is. Now, I've set my back screen there for 1080p. So, so it still looks pretty good. I don't know if I can, where's the, how do I make it full screen? It may not be able to at that size. Oh, there it is there. It's gonna, yeah, it wants to go back to 1080p. So yeah, so that's actually what it does want to do. But it's so yeah, it works. It works at that size. So yeah, Kim saying, yeah, this is why we're here, dude. It's not delaying anyone. No, it's we're looking at the game. We're trying to break it. We're trying to shake it around by our teeth and get it to fall over. But yeah, that's definitely there. I mean, if we can have a look and see what even smaller looks like. There it is there again. Yeah, I'll go to this 1280 by 720. It's funny to think that it was only a very short period of time ago that 720p, I used to record most of my videos in that. That was my go-to. Look, one of the ideas of doing these streams is really, if you guys have got any questions at all and you want to sort of see, whether you want the game, then this is a way for you to ask those sort of questions and see, is it viable for me to now get it? Winky's saying, I'll try again with your link. Thanks for your help. Not a problem. I hope it does help. This will be interesting to see 720. I'm always interested in how the user interface works, but the user interface is so nice in this game anyway. It's just it's really good. But yeah, I think they made the 720p or the 1280 size. Yeah, so that's it's still very legible, isn't it? I mean, if we go continue our game, I mean, it's hard to be looking at it at the size, once it's sort of coming back down. I mean, we're looking at it very, very much smaller, but it still looks good. Looks good. Anyway, let's quit out of that. We're not going to play it like that all the time. Just go back to options again and get back to 1080p. Actually, I think I had it on full screen before. Yeah, you've got your UI sizing as well, like the yeah. So you got large sizing if you've got like 4K monitors. You got small as well. I'm guessing that's more for if you are playing at 720p and you sort of want to see what that one looks like. I mean, it's still playing at 720p. Actually, no, I will just keep it back on normal. Did I have on normal or medium? I can't remember what I had now. I'll just keep it on there, and I'll just click on done. There we go. We'll try that again to see if it remembers full screen or not. Yep. Okay, it's back to full screen. That's good. Okay. If you've got a Steam link for this game, Dad, says Kim. Yeah, there should be a sticky post at the top. It says click here for the Galactic Civilization's Steam page. There's a tracking link in there. So if you do want to grab the game, by all means use that particular link. That will then take you straight through to the Steam page. Then start up and it came from Das Tactic. So which is all good. So so anyway, that's they're like that only has just come in with this latest update to get the smaller screens. Been a lot of improvements with this one. Let's just continue again. Alrighty. So 18 foreign ships in our territory now. This is getting big, but I know a lot of them are friendly. There's still a lot of these ships as well, these little thrall missions. There's these constructors that are coming through from our good neighbours. I won't bother looking through all of them, but yeah, we're going to have to be a little bit careful of that. This is squeezing us out even more. Things that are happening. We're going to probably have to put another area down in here, I think. Let's just go and grab ourselves one of these constructors, and we'll just better protect the influence of this region of space. just to push back against this border a little bit. Okay, Kim's saying I'm so old that I used to hate Steam, but then time went by and now I am a fan of Steam. I'm the same, it's funny, like it's funny you say that because I used to hate having to give money to like a monopoly that basically was the place to go. And it's funny because I really don't like Epic. Yet Epic is the competitor for Steam, but Steam does a good job. So yeah, I'm sort of happy with it. Kind of odd that with the internet sort of happened. Yeah, it's weird. I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean because I always didn't mind Steam, but I was always wary of it because of essentially it is a monopoly. All right, so situation report. Technological exchange. Our heroic explorers have come across a precursor artifact left behind by the so-called Arnor. We are not able to make sense of it. It was suggested to us that you might be able to figure it out. We're willing to let you have a look at it, provided that you share with us what you discover. Now, I put the Altarans in the game, along with both the Drengin and the Korath clan. I wanted two absolute enemies, and I wanted one dedicated friend. And so this is the faction that I want to befriend ultimately. So accept a culture knowing that it will benefit them more. So we get collectivism again. Collectivism is what we do. And so this is a no-brainer just for us to select that one. And this is another collectivism. Individualism, no. Too busy, no. So we're going to definitely do this one here. So I'm happy for them to gain from that one. I wouldn't do that one with the Drengin, but we're happy for them to get it. Particularly where they are, like in this other system over here. Like this is this is the Korath clan back in here. Then Altara back over this way. All right, so we'll slowly sort of figure out what's happening in that particular sector as well. Yeah, there's ships everywhere going through space here. I'm surprised the Drengin haven't declared war yet. There's leadership recruiting. All right. So we can now choose new tech. And it doesn't give us what we want. The Phoenix missile system. Ooh, that's tempting. We could do a lot of damage with that. What the emissaries? Is that the one that we wanted? This one here we can get in 6. Oh God, it's sort of tempting to go back for the other one. To get this one here, missile attacks go up by 10%. We get the harpoon salvo. We get the Phoenix missile. It's just got 4.4 attacks. There's a harpoon salvo and their ability to attack enemies up to 3 tiles away. Ooh, God, it's so tempting to go that way. But I think we'll stick to our original plan and bring in one of the big ships. So we'll go back to the Tech Navigator and we will go back to governance, and we will go and grab the Interstellar cabinet so we can then unlock the other ships. So we'll go that way. Click on done. Okay, so Kim's saying I don't see it. Oh, it should be at the top. I'll just repost it actually. I did pin it, so it should have been at the top. Sorry about that. I'll just there we go. So that I should have it. It's funny in Twitch you can just have it so that it automatically comes up every 20 minutes or something. But I don't think you can do it like that with YouTube. All right, so that's hopefully that'll get you there. It should be floating at the top of your chat. I thought it actually sort of sat above all the rest of the chat and just sat there the whole time. But I see different things, I guess, from my side of the fence. Oh, here we go. We do have another one here now. We've got a lot that we can now choose from. Oh, this is what you mentioned before, genetic manipulation. Yeah, okay. This is, okay, sorry, I didn't see this before. So our capabilities were not determined by chance, but by intent. So +2 intelligence for all citizens and leaders. So that's something we could grab. Growth goes up as well, but we don't need the growth anymore at this stage. Your Casino saying sit at the top of my chat. Yeah, okay. So Kim saying, yeah, thank you. I follow you on Twitch as well. I think I'm subscribed. Yeah, it's like on Twitch, it's sort of, you got more tools, which is sort of funny because, you know, YouTube led the way for so long. I'm not streaming this on Twitch. This is only purely on YouTube. So I found that when I used to do both, like at the same time, but I found that what happened was I couldn't really monitor the chat from both effectively. So I find it better to just do one. And yeah, so I tend to have a standard time that I do Twitch, or if I'm doing it outside of that time, I tend to do YouTube. I do enjoy, like, you know, streaming to either one of them, but Twitch is easier to stream to. Genius grants, now gross income. We don't want the gross. Our income is a bit of a problem at this stage. Pollution, we don't want going up. Population, we don't really want going up at this stage. Protect the planet. No, we don't want that. This one here we do want. And I don't think there's anything else we really need. I think we'll go with prototype defenses. There's no negatives with this one at all. So we'll grab that one. Done. That's just going to mean all of our ships will suddenly become a lot more powerful. And it's been nearly 5 years. Excuse me. Sorry, I've had the flu for the last couple of days, and yeah, my throat's been playing up. In fact, I probably will have to start to wind it up. It's been nearly 5 years since we left our star system to explore the galaxy. We're no longer vulnerable to a planet-wide extinction event. Celebration is held in each of your worlds, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's cool. So I'm just going to cough a bit. Actually, it's held out pretty well. I don't know how many hours I've been streaming, but it's been a fair few. It's been at least 3, I think, which is good. So anyway, yeah, Kim's saying it's COVID as it sucks. It's not COVID. I know it's not COVID. My wife had the same one a few days ago, and she tested, and it wasn't COVID, but it's just a flu. It's an annoying one. It only lasted 24 hours for her, but for me it's lasted 2 and a bit days. So anyway, it's I feel much better today though. Okay, so Kim's saying like I can't get on the chat when I'm away on YouTube because I use a Fire tablet. I don't know what a Fire tablet is. So all right. So anyway, let's continue on. What were we up to? Oh, come on. 70 credits and you want all this. Just nick off. This thing here, I'm just going to keep that one just in sentry mode. Oh, that's why it wanted us to move. So there's a bomber that's come out of the pirates. Okay. All right, that's not really a problem to us. Okay, so Cassina is saying a Fire tablet is Amazon's unique tablet, own OS as well, not Android or Apple. Oh, really? I've never heard of it. Never heard of it. Now, citizens, our growth has slowed right down, which is fine. We don't need to be, fully going with everything through here. Now, we've actually run out of things to build, which is interesting. And the technological capital. Have a look. We've got some good spots for this. Like that one there. I think I'll do this. Let's get that one built. This one's the Kimberley's Refuge. It's a food improvement. We don't need that one as such. Now, the coordination beacon is a civilization achievement. It allows us to directly communicate with any and all colonies more effectively, which gives us more influence growth. So this one as well will be important. Now, we do boost the things happening through there as well. So that one does boost to influence. And we've got cultural, we've got influence there. Let's throw that one down into there. Now, I would like to be able to get the strip mine. So strip mine your world fun and profit. To get we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. There's all these little new things though that it's quite interesting that what's actually happened. Actually, one thing that's going back to the military star bases again. Like what's going on with those? Have a quick look again at warfare. I'll go into engineering. Yeah, not so much actually. No, that's okay. I think we'll just keep on going. We've got 4 months before we get this one. A situation report. We have a strong suggestion for you. Our syndicates thrive on being able to trade technologies. We would appreciate if you would let some of our associates tour your research labs to better understand how your technology works. Now, this is they get plus 10 research to all worlds for 12 months. By sharing our technological advancements, we risk empowering a potential adversary, but also open a path to peace and mutual gain or decline. Turning them away from the shadowy deal will please our citizens and safeguard our tech. But this is fine because these are not to be trusted. So we're going to reject them. They're going to become an enemy. Kim's saying, are you on Steam right now as well? I just want to make sure I support you when I buy this. If you use that link, basically it's just a tracking link. If you click on the link, it sort of it's that is the track basically. It's just whenever, like it's fine. But if it's. I mean, really, the goal of this is I don't get any kickback or anything like that. It's literally just for Stardock to be able to sort of see, if these streams are effective, which ultimately then is good for me because I then get sponsorship and things like that. So it's sort of that's what the win-win is. It's not I don't get like a percentage of the sales or anything along those sorts of lines. So so it's if you've clicked on the link, you've basically helped me. Even if you haven't really, I won't say if you haven't bought it, but it's basically, I don't know, I think I must track it for a sale as well, but certainly the link is there so that people who are watching can at least get to the game relatively easily and then Stardock know, yep, okay, it came through YouTube or it came through this particular stream or whatever it might be, which then makes it a bit more viable. I'll probably stream again tomorrow as well. Actually, I'm just thinking because I really, really, really want to go to war with the Drengin, so I just want to find out what's going to happen with that. And I do have to start to wind things up a bit now. Now this one here, we've still got, we're still trying to make money here. I think we'll just keep on pushing this. And might as well do this one as well with these supply ships. These supply ships that we're building, give a big boost to the actual manufacturing on the planet itself. Now this one here, actually our food is now starting to catch up with itself, to be honest. There's more research we can do there. Yeah, I'll just leave that one off for now. Yeah, there's nothing else really from around this other side. Might grab the manufacturing district. There we go. Alright, so the little pirate bombers all over the place now. So they've become a bit aggressive. They may have come through the portal. We might start trying to sort of find them. So Toria has now finished what it was building. Now this is the Nail, which is another frigate ship. The Beamer has only got 5. Yeah, prototypes are unique. Once they're destroyed, they're gone forever. It's not bad, actually. It's not bad. Let's go and grab it. And the Beamer Mark 1, we can certainly upgrade this if we wanted to. So no, the mass is still pretty full. I might just get a heap more of the... actually, what have we got now? This is the fighter craft. The Squid is a frigate. That's the Beak is the bomber, and then the Slasher is now the new fighter. Let's get a bunch of those. You keep saying it's cool that often streamers have links that give them direct benefits. That is, yeah, no, it's there's still all sorts of different ways that people can now monetize what they do, which is good. It makes it sort of more viable. Like it's sort of I always try to treat it like a hobby in my head because it's not enough to rely on, but it does help. Like it sort of certainly helps to be able to have things sort of work where it's win-win-win for everyone, like the developers, the streamer, and the customer. I think it's really great to be able to actually show games off, and like people come in and can ask a question and see something and think, okay, that's that would be the thing that would stop me or make me want to buy a game. Like it's I think it's a really good way to actually do the research for people as well. Okay, we will conquer dusty worlds of hard rock and often sky, but with the thrive, blah blah blah. We'll find new homes for our citizens. Now this is not going to be easy because all the worlds are gone. I think. Don't know why that would have come up unless there's suddenly a new world available. Don't think there is. Oh, I think we're sort of stuck there. Alright, well, that's all fine. Okay, the Cosmic Needler. Our flagship has stumbled across a curious sight, a drifting precursor cargo container. An intense sense of excitement fills the bridge as we approach. Initial scans indicate the container houses an advanced particle beam that is remarkably small, even if not particularly powerful. The component is filled with a high concentration of promethium. So we can send it there. Now I think I'm just going to keep on building my own stuff so we can extract the promethium. We're swimming in promethium anyway. Sell a lot. I think I'll take the 600. Like we get 3 promethium, and we've got 14 of it. So 600 in the treasury is good for us. Well, I think with that money, I think what we'll now do is come back in. I think I'll play until I get those ships. So let's go and bring in this guy here with his 15 resolve. So we'll buy him. So you're in. That's done. And we'll probably have to get a few more as well. So Kim was saying, been burned so many times in the past that I never got to buy a game that I have not seen played nowadays. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where, like, I guess I've always tried to be mindful of the fact that I do get to get the games directly from developers. So I always try to keep that value aspect in my head as to whether a game's worth it or not. It's sort of funny because some niche games, like, cost an awful lot, and it's only going to appeal to a small target market. I know that a lot of the games I play tend to be in those categories, like Shadow Empire and stuff like that, like where where they did actually end up making it. I think the price of Shadow Empire for what it is incredible, because it's it is such a niche type game. But it's funny how it does work. So Kim's saying, so I think developers need streamers more than streamers need developers. Yes and no. Again, it's sort of one of those things where it's sort of like, certainly, I don't want to tell tales, on certain devs, but there is a very, very large. Like, the larger the developer, often the more awkward they are to work with, and the more demands they actually make on what you can and can't say, and it's something that I don't like. I think the value of to the end user is if the streamer is honest with what they think of a game, rather than actually just doing what the developer says. And basically, there was a whole series of games that came out that I didn't actually do any videos on because. And it took me forever to get in with the actual developer, but I didn't like the games that they were putting out, and so they basically said, look, you're going to have to basically push these games, otherwise you're out of the equation. And it was like I never responded because I was thinking, well, that's exactly what I don't want to be, so it's so I haven't never heard back from them again, and that's massive games, by the way. So these are big AAA games that. Aren't really what I tend to cover anyway, but there's certainly it annoyed me. It took me years to get in, like of actually knocking on the door and all sorts of things happening, and then finally it all sort of just fell away. But yeah, that's just the way it goes. Kim's in talking about Distant Worlds. I'm not sure what the question is about Distant Worlds. Distant Worlds, I should just point out, Distant Worlds and games like Gal Civ are really quite different. They play very differently. Like, this one is very much like a board game, the way it sort of does play. Now, this is a nail. I'm going to throw that in. I'm going to put I'm going to start to build up a fleet back in here at this particular location. Okay, so Kim is saying, yeah, no, I don't need to say anything, but when it comes to a game like Distant Worlds, I think you're a big part of their sales. Yeah, I think so. It's like, because, again, it's such a complex game, and so when you get games like that where there's where a lot of people don't spend the time to actually really get under the hood of it, it's I think that's where it does work. And to be honest, that's all that side of things. All of these small to medium developers are fantastic to deal with. It's really just the massive ones that are tend to not be all that good. Some of them aren't bad, but they have like an attitude that where they don't see the streamer as being someone who's not working for the viewer, but is actually representing the viewer. That's how I always look at it. Like, we're just viewers that are showing the game at that point in time, and so we've got to be honest. And as soon as a streamer isn't honest, and I've seen that happen before as well, as soon as they start to pretend that something's better than what it is, or to hype something up, they don't last very long. They've really got to be. They've got to be honest, and it's very short-sighted to do anything different than that. Kim's saying, I know I've got boxes right here of Distant Worlds right next to that I would not. Hang on, sorry. That I would not have if it was not for you. Yeah, I get that a lot actually with different games where people see something and want it. But I'm like that as well. Like, I think that's also what tends to happen, is the people who tend to watch these videos are the same sort of people as me. Like, we tend to play the same sort of games. I know that when I'm trying to find games, I end up getting so much from people who are saying, oh, look, it's try this game or try that game. And 9 times out of 10, it'll be something that I do enjoy. Tina was saying, I bought Shadow Empire, I had no idea how to play it. Then I found Daz, and the rest of this history without Shadow Empire wouldn't know about Daz. So there we go. There we go. Shadow Empire is an incredibly niche game. Like there's so many games like that that are like ugly as anything, but really really cool. So okay, manufacturing now. Can boost all my manufacturing if I wanted to. This is at the world that I'm really wanting to increase my income, but it's just not happening properly yet. I think what we'll do is we'll push more financial districts into these different areas. See, that one's from floodplain. This one is still good. So we'll just go into those two and just keep on trying to boost this up. Yeah, Kim's saying that's why I'm saying developers need streamers more than streamers need developers. I find it so collegial. Like, to be honest, it's such a nice group that you're dealing with as well. Like like with the developers and like everyone from like from Stardock is incredible to deal with. It's just really nice, but similarly with all of the with the streamers who play these games as well. Like you very rarely find anyone that's nasty or there's I don't know, just it's just fun. It's good. So anyway, let's just click on done. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we're just trying to make this one into our money world if we can. I don't think we're going to be able to do that as effectively as I would have liked, but we'll see how we go. I am surprised that the Drengin have let us build up. Now we need to get another fleet back over here as well. Now I do actually have the makings of a fleet. I might just push one of these pincers across this other side, just so I've got some protection there. What happens when these go in here? The population, actually if we go to their happiness, it's probably, it's not going to show it now. It will on one of the other worlds. If I go to one of the other worlds, it'll then show the problem. Like at Nike, we don't actually have, so we don't have anyone here either. So if we have a look at what they're thinking, they're going to say, yeah, we're unprotected. It's 5% approval, which is actually fairly high. So we need to get ships here as well. So that has to happen. So Tim's saying, I wanted to buy this game only to support. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Only do it to satisfy your own. Like if you're wanting to play a game, like it's seriously, there's no massive. Like in this is why I'm playing these games like this, is so that you can make up your own mind. Like don't do it to help me, please. So saying as a gamer, you just want to see the game played before you buy it, because very often the hype has been too. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's sort of one of those things. Like if there is hype, then you got to show what the hype actually is. It's sort of one of those things. And so I do talk this game up because it is just such a beautiful game. It's like, well, we were talking before about Age of Wonders. Like Age of Wonders, I love that game as well for similar reasons. The user interface and the experience of playing the game is energizing, and in both these games. And like just look at the color. Like it's just a bright, shiny, beautiful game. And so I do hype it up because I believe in the hype, but I don't ever hype something up for without actually having without actually feeling it. Like it's but I guess I'd still do hype things up. Now this is another fighter craft. We might send them back across to here. Get these things happening. But I think that with this game, I'm surprised at how much it has changed in 12 months and how good it's gotten in 12 months. It sort of went from probably a middle of the road type game into being really an excellent game, and it's just going to get better and better. Here we go, guys. So we're going to grab ourselves at least one ship right now, and then we're going to close the stream down, but I will come back and continue streaming because we're sort of getting to a point where things are. The tension is rising with us and the Drengin. I would like to get the battlecruiser doctrine. Now, the next thing, energy deflection theory. This is actually important for us to get these shield generators. So let's go and grab that. Click on done. But what this one now does give us is we now actually have. Now, did we get anyone else that was worth? Yeah, we've got another 10 in here. A pet name giver. There we go. Loves to assign humiliating pet names to their advisors. So 10 isn't too bad. Out of the ministers, yeah, none of the others there are as good. I can bring them back from here, but the resolve that we have, we've got another 10 there. Well, that's us. That's us there. No, we don't have any in through here at all. I'm sort of tempted to push someone in this way. It's the command ships now. We can now get two cruisers. Again, this one here with the 9 beam attack. That's a nice ship. I like them when they specialize in weaponry like this. So the one is a kinetic attack. Kinetics are you got to get in really close. It's got massive evasion, shields and armor. This one here has got yeah. Look at the shield there, 33. So less evasion, but then massive armor. So it's got to be this guy here, doesn't it? So we've got 15 resolve coming in for this one here. And if we have a look at this one, increased hit points based on the commander's diligence. Now, we've only got 3. But that doesn't matter so much. Like the hit points, we've got 54 there anyway, and we've got 54 there. So we get a little bit of a boost to that. But the difference here is that the attack goes up by the resolve. So enemy ships within the area of effect receive -2 moves. What about for this one here? +5 influence for every core worlds per battle. Okay, so that increases the influence around it. But I think this is the one. In you go. Now, once we assign, we can't unassign. Oh, yes, we can. I didn't realize we could. I thought that was it, actually. So that's great. So we'll just go and click on done. Is there anyone? We've got a 7-10. We've got a 10-6. 3 more months there. I think we'll wait. So the leaders are just so much compared to the space game by the people who do the yeah. So I can't remember then. Yeah. So that's Stellaris. Yeah, by Paradox. Yeah, it's interesting. Like the so I find that Stellaris and Gal Civ are very similar in their approach because they're both sort of board game sort of style games. But I don't know. I think that they do a better job of the board game style of it. To be honest, I really like Paradox with what they do. I love Age of Wonders, for example. I think that's an exceptional game. But yeah, but this one, I don't know, for like out of those 2 games, I haven't played Stellaris for such a long time. I don't know how much it's actually changed, but yeah, this is really quite good. So we've got now there's another thrall-seeking mission. I'm just going to let them go, I think. Here's the big one, the Gravity's Heart, which is a big cruiser. And this is the area of effect, which slows things down. I think what we'll do is we'll leave this here, and then we'll just pop it in here for now, along with this other fighter craft, and we'll start to now build up a fleet, because we've got a lot of ships sitting in here. Well, not a lot, but there's a few ships. There's 6 ships sitting in here. 1 fighter, 1 cruiser, and 4 frigates. All right. I need more fighters, actually. So we are pumping them out of here. Yeah, these slashes. Just get a few of those over the next few turns. Yeah, so Cass and I are saying pretty much love all the paradox strategy games. Yeah, they're certainly like I think that I personally I think prefer the tactical battles, which is why like Age of Wonders is a different sort of game for Paradox because they do actually have the tactical battles. I love tactical battles, and so for me, like I don't think there's any better tactical battle type game than Age of Wonders. But yes, certainly the abstraction that you get with the way that they handle battles in all of their other games is not something I've really warmed to. Like it's sort of one of those things where it's too hands off, which is why I like the direction again with Gal Civ, just because the battles have started off being really hands off and are becoming more where you do have a bit more agency over what's going to be happening, even though it's still an auto battle system. And I know that they won't ever change that, and I don't think they can change it really because the battles can get fairly complex in this sort of game. Yeah, it's just interesting. It's really interesting. Radigar saying that Distant Worlds 2 ended Stellaris for me. Yeah, like Distant Worlds 2 though is a completely different kettle of fish. That's a simulation more than a board game, if you know what I mean. So it's really quite different. Yeah, Stellaris is like the downgraded version of Distant Worlds. Well, see, yeah, they're different though. They're like Stellaris is again, it's got a different way but Stellaris also is very heavily built for multiplayer, so keep that in mind. I don't like games that tend to be built for multiplayer tend to be too balanced, and so I don't like multiplayer games like this. To be honest, it's sort of like making them viable for multiplayer for me wrecks the game because you end up with too much balance in it. But but I know that that's sort of what does happen, and and multiplayer is here for this game as well. But it's one of those things where I don't like when these games try to balance themselves so much that they lose the heart. Now that hasn't happened with this game because like the actual game, each faction is now playing more uniquely than ever before, than any other game like in the series before. But Solaris, that was probably the one thing that I just found every time I played it, it just felt like I was playing the same every single time. But yeah, it's just interesting. Like so, yeah, so for me, I much prefer a game that's built for single player than multiplayer. So Skim's saying if you look at for turn-based games like Galciv Galciv is the way to go. Yes. I would like multiplayer in Distant Worlds 2 with the understanding that they don't bother balancing special for it. If they do, I would hope that would be loud and clear. Like, I think that's so important, just because I like to play with friends, says Redigar. Yeah, and it's sort of one of these things where, and look, in these sort of turn-based type games, that can be done relatively good. But something like the complexity of Distant Worlds, like it would be hard to keep track of everything, I guess. And also, there's times where you just run it at high speed, and other times where you don't. So that would be tricky to sort of figure it out. Kastner is saying strange with all the options for empire creation in Stellaris. They all sorry, I've got a little thing on my screen that I don't know how to get rid of it. It's it stops me from seeing the last word. Like it says they all something rather play differently too. But I can't read what that word was. I can see an O in it. I don't know how to get rid of it. It's like a little reaction thing, and I'm gonna have to figure out if there's a setting for it. Is it timestamps? Nope. That's not timestamps. Just see if I can find it. No, it's not there. Bloody YouTube. It's YouTube's fault. It's in the worst possible spot. I sort of wish it was up the top of the screen, not at the bottom of the screen. But it's always, whatever the last comment is, it sort of, it obscures the last comment. I have to guess it. They all can play differently too. Okay, so Kastner, let's see, Solaris is super mainstream, and the worlds need that. Anyway, let's continue on. Although I was going to finish up. Actually, I should finish up. So I'll play one more turn. No ship upgrades available. Oh, there are ship upgrades available. We've heard rumours that the Zoloxi have built the Centauran Emporium Galactic achievement. Okay, we've got one or two, so we're doing okay. More of these slashes coming in. We'll just keep on moving them into that spot. Now, we've got to get... We need to get protection on some of these other worlds. When they come for us... Like, we don't know how they're going now. So we just click on... Yeah, Slasher is completed. 7 foreign ships. Yep, that's okay. It's friendly. Then they've got the Drengins. Yeah, that's one of their constructors. That's okay. There's not too much in here, actually. Okay, we do have ship upgrades available, so we better take these. And we'll go for another communications terminal on this one. This is such a weak ship. I ultimately want to be able to get like early warning of what's actually happening around us. Was there still more to look at? No, that's okay. Okay, this Zoloxi probes again. So the Zoloxi will become a problem. I think tomorrow when we play it again, I'm going to have to stop movement through here if I can at some stage. We're still searching out everything in through here, which is good. Yeah, looking at the different sorts of Korath clan fleets now. So they've got like fighters, siege ships. So they're on the move. This is the... that's an independent. Altara seems to be still okay. Yeah, I don't know what that one's doing, where it's heading, or what it's getting up to. There may very well be wars now. Nope, still no wars. Yeah, interesting. Interesting, okay. All right, well, I think I'll leave it here, guys, and then tomorrow we'll try to push things along a little bit and get it so that we end up with a bit of combat in our sector. And so we can then sort of start to... Actually, what we might just quickly have a look at, just so I can be thinking about it, is just how many ships have they got. .26, and we've got 21. So we've caught up well in this particular episode. We've done well here. We've got 2 uniques. We've got lots of thug ships and dagger ships. Thug is a bomber, which is not dissimilar to what they've had before, is it? That's just the missile attack, 3.5. And the dagger is their is a frigate. Okay, the daggers are the new ones. The daggers have got the beam weapons, I think. Yeah, 8.3 beam. It's interesting. They've got a whole range of stuff. If we just go back to the daggers again. Yeah, they've got very limited protection. Poor missile attacks. All right, that's a real opening for us. It's a real opening. I mean, I don't know how they're still allowing us to, build up. It may be because our economy and technology is just so far ahead of theirs now that they may be concerned. Just say goodbye. Just go done and done. Just click on done. Okay, so we have a quick look at that maybe. Databank, the timeline, how are we going? Yeah, overall faction power. It's funny because again they're draining off, but they haven't been at war with anyone. Economic power, we are in the middle of the rung, so we're ahead of the Drengin. Military power, yeah, we've actually now come ahead of them. The Zoloxis are still miles out in front. What about the Korath clan? Yeah, they're actually even worse down in here. Population. There we are, right at the top. influence. We're going with the Altarans, which is good. Manufacturing. Wow, these guys have really plumbed. Oh, is that? Could that be since we did cast that artifact on their homeworld? No, it was actually further in here, wasn't it? It wasn't that far ago. That's really interesting because they were so far ahead of everyone for so long. We're actually now leading this way as well. Research, we are getting up there, which isn't bad. Approval, we should be, yeah, we're sort of getting up a bit higher, which is good. Treasury, everyone's about the same, and then prestige, we should be up the top there with the other peaceful-ish factions, but really the Zoloxi aren't really all that peaceful. So they don't really deserve to be up there with the Altarans and ourselves. The corporate sector should be up there. Anyway, that's okay. So there we are. So it's 2 a.m. here now, says Kim. But it's not the same when, but were you not the same when you're playing the Drengin? When I was playing as the Drengin, I didn't foster the positive relationship, so you can afford to be a bit more aggressive. And so I was declaring wars to sort of suit myself. And it's the same with the Korath clan. You sort of can be, because you've got so much better ability to manufacture, you can sort of pump out fleets relatively fast. But where things have actually happened well for us is we do actually have different planets that are now starting to be able to build as well. So we've been able to build up fairly effectively now, and we'll just be able to build up more and more. But it's the tension will still be rising. Now this is, I don't know how we're gonna. I'm gonna have to get a what's this one I'm trying to get? This is building a supplier ship. We were going to get after this one the Hermit Crab. Yeah, that should be okay. But no, things are looking good for us in this one. But yeah, we have to get Kona. That's going to have to be the key. Get their food. Once you get that, the Drengin are dead, basically. Anyway, guys, so we'll leave it here. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you tomorrow if you're around. So, yes, ZXM is saying, greetings, Daz. I'm not used to seeing you at this time. Yeah, it's actually midday for me now. It's actually a pleasant time for me to be streaming. So normally I'm sort of either working or doing something, but it's sort of, at this stage, I don't have much work on, so it's sort of, I've got a bit more flexibility, but it's also the weekend. So, yeah, and it's raining, so it's a rain day. So ZXM is saying, is this a normal stream time on YouTube? And are you doing Twitch less now? I'm trying to do YouTube more, not Twitch less, if that makes sense. So I'm still, if I get up at the right time for Twitch, I'll do a Twitch stream. If I get up for like if I'm later, and I've had this flu, so I've been sleeping in a bit, but if I'm later, I'll do YouTube instead. What I did do a few years ago was I actually did too much streaming on YouTube, and it actually killed my channel. Pretty much just, like it really damaged it. And so I'm mindful of not doing that too much. So I do want to split between the two. But Twitch is built for streaming. So it's sort of one of those things. I'm wanting to stream more on YouTube than what I have been over the last year or so, but not overly so. If I can do maybe, well, if I do the regular weekly news, the chat tactics stream on Mondays, I may have to change that a little bit coming up because I've got a few other commitments at the same time coming up. But that one is one that I will continue to always do on YouTube because I wanted to have one thing, and then I found that one actually ended up being fairly good for me. So I then started doing a few others, and I'm finding that if I can do maybe 2 or 3 a week, it's it actually works out pretty well for me. So I'm thinking I'm going to be going for that one. That's the sort of approach anyway. Anyway, hopefully tomorrow, not hopefully, my head should be a bit clearer tomorrow, so I should be making a bit more sense than what I did today. And hopefully my throat is also a little bit less croaky than what it has been today as well. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll be, as I say, I should be back tomorrow. I don't think I've got anything that would stop me. But I won't say 100%, but I'll say 70% that I should be back on streaming. I'll catch you then if you're around.